And we are live. What is going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday. This is the first Wednesday of December, which is absolutely nuts. I hope everyone is staying warm. I just checked the temperature because it's been cold, very cold. It's currently 31 Fahrenheit, which translates to roughly -1 Celsius. So everything is covered in frost, and it looks like we are getting some snow on Sunday. So yeah, the temperature has definitely dropped a lot over the last week or so here. Let's see, who's all here today? We got Lewis, we got Wyo, we've got Delmar. Nice panel. Oh, thank you. Yes, you noticed. I am going to be reviewing a very large CO2 laser that I've been playing around with for many months now. It's the same one I used to cut the positron panels, and I've done some other... Ooh, I'll just show it to you guys. I'm pretty excited about it. Is it plugged in? Yeah, okay, hold on. One second. Check it out. I have been working on this. I am not a person that does a lot of post-processing because I am not incredibly patient, but this is and has been a really fun one. Let's see. So the LEDs are a mess back here because they were not spaced nearly as far apart as I had hoped when I ordered them, but I didn't want to not use them. So yeah, this is going to get mounted on the wall, but it's laser cut plywood, a bunch of laser cut plywood that I painted, and really happy. There we go. Super happy with how it turned out. So it won't be in, like, there's no space over here. I guess it could probably, ooh, that, I don't know. It might be kind of overkill to have more LEDs on the back. I was planning on putting it just over here in the office, but I'm really happy with how it turned out. It took a lot more effort than I thought. I thought by painting the wood black initially, it would make it where it'd be easier for me to paint the colors on top of it, but that turned out not to be true. And each of these things took like 4 or 5 coats, and it's been very cold in the garage. But yeah, I'm super happy, really happy with how this turned out. So gonna be doing a video on that laser in the next, let's see, not this week, but next week's video. So yeah, it's been a lot of stuff going on here. Let's see, 23 Fahrenheit here. Ooh, yeah, Pittsburgh, cold, 22 Fahrenheit and snowing here. Where are you at, One King? Hey, Ranch Kid. Hey, Da Vinci. Delmar's in the house. Alien. Hey, I think you said you're only going to be here for a minute. I saw your chat and then it scrolled by, so I think that's what you said. But thank you for stopping by and being here for now. Hey, Tor. It's somehow 57. Wow, that's very comfortable. Zombie. Got the zombie, the hedgehog makes shirt on. Gotta represent. I hope everybody is 74 and sunny in Austin. Wow, must be nice. Yeah, everybody that's traveling to Smurf, I can't believe it's this weekend. I hope you are having safe travels or have safe upcoming travels. I did notice something that I wanted to point out with this. So I'm not going to change anything because I think it's going to be okay. But, okay, that's about as high as I can get this. Let's just go to the side view really quick here. So we installed these on the first week of this stream. Can we see this? Yes. Let me go to manual focus. So because these don't, can we, okay. Let me see if I turn it towards the light and then move you guys over here. So these pieces, can we see this? Nope, that's too close. Can you see that split? I've noticed that a lot of these feet have a slight split in them, and that's because when I tighten them down, so it's gonna split is right here. When I tighten them down to these T-nuts, there's actually a gap. So it's pulling the part further down than it needs to be or should be. So they all have a little bit of it. I don't think it's gonna be like the part hasn't fully split. It's kind of just right where the T-nut is, and it's sort of the alignment T-nut. So I think it's gonna be fine. It seems to be sort of constrained to just right here. But yeah, if you're building one of these, tighten these less than I tighten them, or even it'll be difficult, I think, to get a washer or spacer on top. But yeah, there is there's a gap of, I don't know, a millimeter or two. So when you tighten it, instead of it snugging up kind of the edges, it wants to pull the center further down. So yeah, a shim wouldn't have been a bad idea, but at this point, because of how I have these things, I'm just not gonna remove them. I don't wanna cause any additional stress to them. So I did at least want to point it out. This whole thing seems very early beta. Yeah, in a sense. I mean, I know that this project was more of a passion project than anything, so I expect there to be some things, but yeah, I just happened to notice that, so I figured it was worth pointing out, because if someone else is building one, then hopefully it will prevent that from happening. So I did route the wires. It wasn't too difficult. I did it off stream. We were doing it on stream, and then I was having a difficult time, and I just used some gaffer's tape to kind of hold it in place. But we've got our SSR wires, we've got our 24 volts, we've got our, what else do we have here? Bed thermistor. And what else am I missing? There's a third set of wires here. Limit switch? That doesn't seem right. What else is down here? I have 4 wires. I can't think of what they all are right now. 24 volts. Yeah, I don't know what the 4th one is offhand right now, but we'll figure it out, I guess, when we get there. This kit launched when I finished serial number 5. Yeah. Hey, Jake. How's it going? So yeah, wires are basically routed where they need to go. I did realize a moment ago that I never installed these T-nuts, so we'll quickly install these T-nuts and bolt these pieces down from last week. And then we're gonna move on to getting the motors installed up top and the idlers installed on the bottom, and then we are going to be routing the belts. So the game plan for today is get the belts installed, motors installed, and then do as much of the toolhead as possible. Ideally, I'd like to get the full toolhead assembled today, but you know, we'll just see how it all goes. So how's everybody doing? How was everybody's Thanksgiving for everybody that's in the States or anyone that celebrated? Hey Sven, whenever's kids must be home, sounds like Dance Dance Revolution. Oh, DDR. Okay, so let's grab, I think, let's see. Is that OD green? This is going to be Polymaker's metallic green ABS, which I am a big fan of. I have it actually, it should be linked, I think it's linked in the description. It should be, but I used the same settings as last week, so I think it should have them, but if not, let me know and I can grab the link for anyone interested. I fought robots on the weekend. It went terribly for me. Oh no. But the weekends are always fun anyway. Okay, so this is not the right size screw. So I wasn't sure if it was going to be the 8mm or the 10. It's clearly the 10, so let me put these back. Or no. Yeah. So 10mm screws are what we need for these. Hey TT. Gotcha, nice colors. Thank you. Yeah, I'm really happy with the colors. So yeah, it's the Galaxy Sparkly Orange ABS, and then it's the metallic green ABS for the primary color. There we go. We'll just go ahead and leave this like this. And we'll go like this. Anybody working on any cool printing projects? Hey TT. Hey Matrix. When I was at Rocky Mountain Rep, no, it was 3D Printopia. There was we looked at it a while back. There was a 3D model designer that had made a really cool sort of desk or drawer organizational system. And I'm thinking about printing out some of them. And I don't know how well they're gonna bolt to this desk. That's my only concern, because this is a workbench that I'm using. It kind of has these large steel frame pieces, but I really would like to print some out. For organization, it'd be nice. There's a bunch of basically unused space underneath this work surface, and I would love to use it to hold, you know, various parts and stuff like that. So we'll see. I printed a box. Nice. Is it a special box? I printed out, this week's video is on the BQ cryo grip plates because I had a lot of questions about them after the Bamboo Lab upgrade video from, I don't know, 6 weeks ago. I printed printer pieces. Nice. I just sent in a pile of beta unit feedback forms, and now back to stealth. Oh, stealth changer. Nice. I didn't know you were building a stealth changer. What's the specs? Like, what's the size? How many tools are you planning on doing? Does printing laser work holding prototypes count? Absolutely. I managed to behave on Black Friday. Nice. I don't think I actually got much of anything on Black Friday. Oh, I got a few small things. I got smart bulbs or whatever we have 3 lights out front of our house, and in California, putting up Christmas lights every year isn't that big of a deal because the weather's nice. But here, I'm not climbing on the roof when it's 31 degrees out to put up lights. So I just got smart bulbs that I swapped out like our front house lights with, and so they're now like green, red, green, or the opposite. I think they're green, red, green. And then I found a good deal on an inflatable Santa Claus riding on a polar bear's back. So that'll be here on Saturday. So this year we're just gonna do a couple decorations, and then I figured like every year we'll get another decoration of sorts. So eventually I'd like to get some actual lights because I think they're really pretty, but I just don't have it in me this year to climb on the roof and put lights up. So we'll see. I was actually doing quite a bit of research. I don't know if anyone's seen them, but they have like permanent lights that you can put up that if you get them professionally installed, they're very, very expensive, but they have DIY variants of them, which I'm more interested in. But the DIY, I think that's all of them. The DIY versions that I've seen, you can still see kind of all the wires, which doesn't look good. So not exactly sure what I'm gonna do, but I was looking at those. Let's see. Oh, there's a lot of stuff happening. I've been working on multi-board to organize my updated space. Very nice. Getting ready to swap in A4T WW BMG Dragon Ultra High Flow and Beacon into both my 2.4s. Nice. My Rook 2020 Mark II frame, oh, that's right, is out for delivery, so I am gonna get started. I think you talked about that last week that you'd ordered it. Printing giant snowman, super cool. I printed printer, I did see that. Upgrading my SVO8 eMMC instead of the stock 8 gig, also moving to Danger Clipper. Nice. I'll have a video on the SVO8 probably in 3 weeks. It'll be just a step-by-step install for the Micro Swiss Flowtech hot end on that. So I haven't had issues with the stock hot end, but I know some people have mentioned that it can like press out of it, like it can basically break. And also I think that Micro Swiss had mentioned to me, even with their stock plated copper nozzle, it increases flow. They also have the CHT variant, but I'm curious to see what kind of flow variant or flow difference I get. Multiboard has module drawers that mount under a bench. Okay, cool. I'll have to take a look at that then. I'm still stuck on what color to print my micro. Probably the hardest decision in the build. I think I want to be some shade of blue, not a dark blue though. The A1 Mini ASA. Oh, nice. I haven't actually tried ASA or ABS with it. What are you using for an enclosure? Just some kind of box that you put together? Trying to make a simple 3D printed MIDI pipe organ. Having a hard time on the air pump below side. That sounds interesting. I'm still around my IDEX Mercury. That's freaking cool. That's super cool, Biddy. Finished all prints for the MPCNC. That's on hold until after Christmas. Now it's time for printer maintenance. The MPCNC was one of my first big projects I did, so it's like a trip down memory lane. We're looking at Juren's organizer bins. I don't know offhand right now. I don't know, Zombie, the specifics. I have a photo of it on my phone, but I'd have to scroll way back. I bought Polymaker, lots of Polymaker, and a Steam Deck. Sick. I do have a Steam Deck. I haven't used it in many months, but it's a very cool It's a very cool system. I just wish I had more time. I was playing, oh, what's the, originally it was a Sony exclusive game where you're like this chick with a crossbow. It's like a combination of like robot dinosaurs. Why can't I think of what it's called? Somebody will know. It's like one of their big games. Let me switch to me really quick just while I'm kind of talking. 5 stealth burners on my bench, an RGB BWP to finish wiring for 350 size. It's a monster. Hey Dutch, printed a color scheme test for my V0 rebuild at the moment. Very cool. What colors are you thinking? Twinkly for the win. That's what we got. Twinkly. Oh, that's the name of the like permanent lights. Any chance this thing is going to be pushing plastic today? Not likely, Walnut. Not likely. If only you had machines that could make wire covers in custom sizes, colors, and shape. Yeah, but I still don't know how good they would look. Like, I think that I'm probably gonna have to just figure out some way to pin the wires if I go that route, and then just get the same color paint as what the trim is for the house, and then paint the wires in the trim to kind of blend them a bit more. Totally off topic, building another 15 kilowatt home storage. That's super cool. Totally off topic. They changed the hot end design, but the original one has a press fit nozzle that would. Oh, okay, they did change the hot end design. Printing the swap case for my Pi 5 of ABS in the case in glow orange. That's super cool. I haven't printed glow. Glow was one of the first filaments I bought when I started 3D printing 10 years ago. I was like, glow in the dark, how freaking cool. And I had no idea back then it was abrasive. And I printed it for quite a long time on a brass nozzle, but like quality was just so inferior back then. I probably just thought it was my print settings and not actually that my nozzle was being eaten. Let's see, zombie. Yeah, that is it. Okay, cool. So, one second here. Let me log in. So these are the bins that I was talking about that are really cool. I just saw that he released the little labels for them, so you can label them now, which is pretty freaking sweet. This looks like it's on a workbench, so I wonder if there is a method to get these mounted on a workbench. But yeah, I really like the design, and they're really clean and functional. So yeah, Gen 2 quick lock modular system is what these are called. So for anyone interested. Hey, Newfound, Alan, putting this, okay, I did read that. Been having kind of electronics issues with my Velta build. Right now, I'm fussing about with the hot end sensor. Huh, that sucks. I might be joining you soon though with that, we'll see. Horizon, that's it, it was Horizon. Yep, so Horizon Zero Dawn, and then I got the second one as well, and I was playing through that. It ran pretty well on the Stream Deck. I did notice there was some performance issues, and you're obviously not maxing out things by any means, but it was still really freaking cool. Printing 3D printed rock tumbler, that's very cool. My own design I did in Tinkercad, that's awesome. I feel like my dad has said that he's I know I collected when I was a little kid, I had a little thing of rocks, and I feel like my dad mentioned that he has some interest in rock tumbling, so that's pretty cool. Hogwarts Legacy, I did play that a little bit. I'm really done with my new modular on desk pin system, much more modular than Screwfinity. Sweet. I did see you printing, posting some prints about the new thing you've been working on. Plan is white as the main color with luminous red accents. That sounds awesome. I'll link what I used. You can even see them until I turn them on. I did the 5 volts, should be done on 12 volts. I'll link what I used. Zombies Wacky Stackies are awesome. Those are, yeah, they're very pretty. There's a bunch of different faceplate covers, which is really cool too. Hey Dom, hey Daniel, can't stay for long. Just wanted to say hey and kudos on keeping the streaming up this long. The Doron Velta looks awesome. Hey, thank you so much, man. Yeah, it's been it's been 3 years. Apologies again to everyone. I know that the last couple of weeks I've had to delay the stream. I'm actually debating on just changing the stream time to noon, which would be 1 hour later than the time we started today. When we started streaming, I think it was actually an hour later than this, and we slowly crept it earlier up. But it's been weird lately. It's been difficult. My sleep's been just awful, and so I've been sleeping in a little bit later or taking a 1 hour power after Jackson is up in the morning and takes his first nap. So I'll let you guys know, but I might end up just switching it over to a 1 hour later stream. That way I don't have to like schedule it and then feel bad that I'm pushing it for anyone that's waiting for the stream. 2 p.m. East works fine for, yeah, so it would be 2 p.m. Eastern time, exactly. Yep. Hey, Matt. My project I finished on Monday was a 3-meter rep rack. Even my wife said she approved, which is rare. That's awesome. Always great to get spouse's approval. All right, let's start by getting these motors mounted. So here we go. So we need, it looks like 3 printed pieces. And it looks like order of operation is going to be bolting the motors in from this side. We'll probably just loosely slide the pulleys on and then worry about getting them aligned with the idler later. But yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So these are 3 printed parts. 1, 2, and 3. And then let's take a look at what the, you know what, do I have to actually, I think we need to install this plate next, actually. That's kind of what it looks like to me. I think that we'll have a hard time getting this center plate on once we have these motors in place. So maybe plates next. And then we need these guys. So these are going to be 3, did we mount those already? I don't think so. No, we did not. So those are, let's see, here's 1, 2, oops, 3, and then let me grab that big plate. Like I said, I think we probably have to mount that next. And this looks like it has a handful of heat inserts. So it looks like there's 4 heat inserts. So let's go ahead and get those installed as well really quickly. Okay, so we got this. Do it, it's much better for West Australian time. Yeah, it's tricky because like I know it won't be better for some people like Europe, but I think that having a time and being able to stick with it's better than this whole wishy-washy back and forth. I don't like doing it, but I also want to feel good when I stream, you know, there's kind of that. So I'm doing my best, but yeah, just the sleep thing's been rough lately, and I have gotten a little bit better with my sleep schedule, but it still seems to not be very good. Okay. Heat inserts. Let's power this bad boy on. There we go. Hey, Nice is in the house. Hello everyone, sorry a little bit late. Hey, you are good, man. I was talking about you last week. I'm trying to remember. Oh, that's right. It was because of the linear rail alignment guides. I thought that you were the one that had said to print 3 of them because the rails were long, but Phil said it was him. So I don't know if it was both of you or not, but regardless, I hope you're doing well, buddy. Okay, so let's go ahead and get these in. There's just, it looks like 4. The rest of these are through holes. There we go. Okay. Make sure I install it in the right hole. There's another one. Phil says, I've been setting a, I've been setting a 2 a.m. alarm to get the stream, oh my gosh, and then having to set a new 3 a.m. when you reschedule. I didn't realize it was 2 freaking a.m., man. That's nuts. How are you functioning? How are you functioning? Yeah, I didn't realize that that's how early or late or whatever we're calling it. I feel like I would describe that as late, not early. I think at 4 o'clock I'd call it early. There we go. I can't make it all the way through zombies at 8 p.m. my time. You're a better man than I. Oops. Okay. Okay, so that's all 4 that I see that are obvious. There are, let's see, there are 4 others that have holes that go through, which I'm assuming we don't use heat inserts for, but let me just see. Okay, I don't know. I don't exactly know what I just installed. I put heat inserts in these 4 that appear to be empty, so I'm not exactly sure what is. Oh, you know what? This has got to be for the main controller. Okay, so that's the main controller, and then it looks like for these, there's a hole all the way through, but I would still think a heat insert would be nice to have there. It totally looks like a heat insert would be going in there. Zombie, do you know? I'm just like, because if you bolt down, like, I mean, I could put heat inserts into these, maybe. Maybe these are where the heat inserts go, and that way you stick a screw in. No. It feels like heat inserts maybe should go in here as well. Oh, that's a new top plate. Gotcha. Looks like you bolt from the bottom. Let me see what happens if I drop a heat insert in, because I feel like a heat insert either needs to go into... Hey, medic! Board, yeah, definitely board and pie. Curious to see if I drop a heat insert in here. It totally fits. Because I'm just looking at this, and it looks like to me, like an Allen key could fit through this top hole, and then you could put a bolt down here, and then thread it into this base. Maybe a bottom bolt so it can be removed easier. That does make sense. Okay, so we think that if there's heat inserts, the heat inserts are probably going into the standoffs then. Like not these guys, I guess not standoffs, but into these instead. Let me grab one of these and see whether it looks like a heat insert could go into that. So those are the Raspberry Pi standoffs. Those look too small. So this would be the larger hole, and the heat insert doesn't slot into there nicely. Like it doesn't press in nicely. So I'm almost thinking that this is for an M3 screw. Does a screw pass through the big plate? Nice! Thank you so much for 30 months, buddy. So let's see if I get a... it feels odd to me. Like this is how it would be from the bottom, which just doesn't seem right to me. To me, it would make more sense to have a heat insert go in here, and then bolt, so it'd be like this, and have an M3 socket head going down into it. Does the insert fit from the middle? What do you mean from the middle? Does the insert fit from the middle? I don't know what you mean. Middle of what? On this piece, there's a small hole, which looks like to me on the riser. The heat insert fits perfectly. So like if I go like this, that heat insert fits perfectly right there. Like that to me feels like a heat insert belongs in there. I think I'm gonna put a heat insert in here, man. I think it makes sense. And then I will use an Allen key to pass through here and then bolt an M3 bolt downward like that. I mean, this would work, all right? Like the method I'm describing would work fine. So I think that's what I'm probably gonna do. It's just the fact that it has a hole is weird to me and the CAD doesn't have screws. So what do we think? I think I'm just gonna do it. I think I'm just gonna install heat inserts. I'd rather have the heat inserts. Yeah, I'm gonna heat insert it. I think it's fine. RS, the 27 months. Thank you so much. We'll do Hadouken and then got some scroll action. Yeah, I'm just gonna heat insert it, guys. I don't know for sure that it's correct, but based off what I'm seeing that plate needs to do, I don't think it really matters. And I'd rather have it than use a nut. Because I'll bolt these in, then screw these top down. Wait. Okay, so now I'm even more confused here. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Yeah, I'm gonna heat insert it. I'm gonna heat insert it. Nice with the 5 gifted memberships. Let's do a cheer and then I don't know if you've had dinner yet. We'll do I wonder what's for dinner. Thank you for the support, nice. Yeah, we're just gonna do it. We're gonna heat insert all of them. Because it looks like, yeah, we're just going for it, guys. As long as I can attach what needs to be attached, then... Are we warming up? No, we're not hot. That's why. What's going on? There we go. It just feels like it fits too perfectly to not put a heat insert in here. Check live streams. Oh, it's too late. It's too late, Delmar. If it's related to... I see your image, but I still don't see whether there's heat inserts or not. Oh! Is it self-tapping? It looks like it's self-tapping, huh? That's why it wasn't fitting in. It just self-taps into there. We're gonna go with yeah, we're just gonna keep going with this route. I feel like this is gonna work fine. You should put bolts, nuts, and inserts in CAD, but this is technically still beta, right? I don't know. I don't know the exact answer to that. I don't know if it's still technically beta or if this is release 1. I don't know. I don't recall seeing beta, but it's possible. It doesn't seem like it's that crucial of a thing where it matters that much. Check with the main board? Okay. I'm gonna just do the final insert on this. Hey Tebla! If it clears, you can run the screws from the top. Yeah. Yeah, to me it looks like... Let's actually get the main board and the Pi standoff installed. Did you see the Fysetc pre-order of the 600x600 boron inspired printer? I didn't see the pre-order. They had talked to me about building one of those. So I guess I'll just say it. We might be building one of those. That's actually the printer that I would have to build in the garage because it won't fit through my door frame. So, oops. So we'll see what ends up happening, but I'm definitely interested. It would be the biggest printer I've ever built. So we will see. But yeah, we've had discussion for a couple of weeks about me getting one of those in. Troy, thank you for the 15 months. Hi, Daniel. I hope you had a good Thanksgiving. Yes, it was a really nice Thanksgiving, actually. Let me see. I spent a lot of the time, let's see here. Yeah, this seems to work fine. So let's try to bolt these down. I'm going to assume these are probably M3/8s. I spent a lot of the day in the kitchen. So Aaron works at Costco, which I think we've mentioned a few times here. And so as a Costco employee, everybody gets a turkey. And let me see here. Where's the other one? Last year, I did not let it defrost enough before I decided it was time to cook and before Thanksgiving showed up. So this year I thought, okay, learn from my mistakes and we'll defrost it. And so I thought that I'd given it enough time. Sorry, I'm looking for that other thing. I don't actually see it. What the heck? Did I take it out already? We've got idlers, we've got motor mounts, we've got a single pie standoff. Where in the world is the other one? Hold on, I'll continue this turkey talk in a sec. Looks like we're missing a standoff. Okay. Well, I think we'll be reprinting that, but let me just see if I can get one of these on, and then I'm not too worried. I'll get the other one on later. Anyways, I thought that we had let it defrost enough this time, but when it was Thanksgiving morning, and I went to, yeah, this will work fine. And I went to take the turkey out. It was, okay, this doesn't fit. Yeah, okay, now I see why they had it go like this. I still think I can make it work. You kind of have to go from the side angle. But yeah, turkey was still frozen inside, and it was like a battle of an hour and a half of me with a spoon chisel trying to break apart the ice inside the turkey. But it all worked out well, just turkey dinner. Ended up being not a couple hours, but almost 2 hours later than we initially had thought it was going to be. But it was really nice. My parents were over, and it was the first time that we've been able to have Thanksgiving with them in some years, so it was really nice. Thank you. Yeah, ball ends would probably be better, but it seems like with the shape of this, it's working out. It's working out okay. I don't know how I missed the second one though. I was pretty strict about checking things off, so it makes me wonder if I just misplaced it. Okay, so I won't actually bolt this down. It doesn't look like I'm gonna have any issues with clearance getting this main controller in. So it does seem like what we've done is going to be just fine, which is good. That's what I was hoping for. Okay, so for this, how in the heck, I don't know how I'm gonna let you guys see what I'm actually doing. This is very tall. Let's see. Yeah, there's no way to get you guys this high up. Can try from the side angle. See if this will work. Okay. I don't know if the T-nuts are sliding around, I might just have to stand it up and go for it, but I'd like for you guys to kind of be able to see what's going on. Okay, so as of right now, does it matter which side is the front? I don't think it does. I don't think we've done anything that dictates like this is front side, this is not front side. So let's see. Yeah, I don't think it matters at this point. So this is going to be going here like this. So we need a bunch of M3 T-nuts is what it looks like, I think. No, there we go, like that. Okay, so yeah, a bunch of M3 T-nuts. You guys can't really see what's going on. Let's see if I turn this a little bit like that. Bring camera over here. It's gonna be a little bit dark. I just don't have a ton of light behind me, unfortunately. But I'll try to kind of go through this quickly. Hey, if you're interested in printing the Gen 2 system, hey, it's Jirari. Have any questions or ideas, please feel free to reach out. I'd be happy to help. Cool. That's the creator of it. I'm gonna give we're gonna do a air horn. So yeah, Jirari's the creator of the Genlock 2 system that I was just showing off or talking about. Yeah, I really like that. Yes, this is gonna be annoying. How can I? Okay, let me see if I can put you guys on stilts. I think in the past I have used some filament spools to prop up the legs of this, which I don't love doing. It's a little sketchy, but we've done sketchier things. So let's see if I grab, I'm just gonna get 2 boxes of filament per leg and get you guys up on stilts. 2 more boxes and 2 more boxes. Filament is serves multi purposes. All right, so you guys are gonna go a little forward. Okay. This is a little bit sketchy. I want to be able to do this quickly, but I also want you guys to be able to see what the heck I'm doing. And this feels like a decent solution. Okay. And okay. All right. Oh, has that told me that's enough height? That'll work. That's good enough. Just hope it doesn't, hope my camera doesn't fall, because that would make me very sad. There we go. Is that cool? Does that work? I think we had to do that on the Mercury build as well. Okay, still a little bit tall for me, but I think this will be okay. Freaking back is hurting too. I haven't, for anyone that's been here long term, they know I have like a really bad back. I was in some car crashes as a kid, 2 of them, where the cars were totaled. And yeah, my back is just not good. And so usually a couple times a year, it'll just completely lock up on me, which is really painful and awful. But it's gotten a bit worse since Jackson, just from carrying around a toddler. But I've been trying to take care of myself and prevent it from happening. But this morning when I was moving stuff around to prepare for the stream, I think I might have screwed it up a little bit. So yeah, this seems like it's gonna work. Nope, that was me. Come on, buddy. There we go. Hey, Danny. I think I missed some things. Let's see. In my mind, I'm always thinking that she works for the care sector. My bad, probably. Well, she one second, let me move this around a bit. So she was a caretaker for a long time. She was a caretaker for adults with disabilities. She was a caretaker for the elderly. So that could be the reason why. When we were in California, that was a lot of what she did. And then she was at In-N-Out in the end. And then we moved out here. She was working at not a chiropractor. They treated people with broken bones and stuff like that. So she has done a lot of that stuff. But yeah, she's at Costco right now, which has been really nice. She typically only works, well, it depends on the season, I guess, and all that, but she typically only works a couple days a week, which is kind of necessary because of the fact that I do work both for Lightburn and then I'm constantly working on video stuff. So, but yeah, that might be the reason why you're remembering that. Wait a minute. Yeah, M3/8. Orthopedic. There she is. Hi, hun. Yeah, orthopedic is what it was. Who's coming to Smurf? I wish I was, man. I know I think Steve's heading out today. I texted him yesterday and was like, hey, are you going to Smurf in the next like week or two? And he's like, my flight leaves in 16 hours. So I was like, oh, it's a lot sooner than I realized. Oh, come on, T-Nut. Why you gotta do me like this? There we go. Would be really nice to meet you someday. Yeah, I agree. I'd love to meet you too, GPs. Maybe I can make my way across the pond next year. Just we'll see. I know we've got in February, one of my buddies is his wedding reception, and then in April, my cousin's getting married in Chicago, and then in July is the Lightburn conference in New York. So there's already like three things on the gauntlet, on the schedule for next year. So I'm not sure if and what events for 3D printing I'll be able to go to next year. Just I enjoy the traveling, but it's really tough with how tight of a schedule I run to take time off. So we'll see. I won't say it's not going to happen. I just don't want to make any promises until we're a lot closer and I have some info. Are you not going to Rocky Mountain? I don't think I'm going to Rocky Mountain next year now. I don't think Rocky Mountain, or I think that pretty much Rocky Mountain and Murph are not happening for me next year. So hey, Lisa's here. We've thought about doing community hab. It doesn't pay great if you have more flexible hours. That's what I did before becoming mom's caregiver. I think that we've discussed that the plan is like just to stay at Costco. They have really solid benefits, although right now we're getting benefits through my job, the Lightburn. But because of, dude, everything has, there's a little bit of magnetic pull on everything I'm using. Let's use a pen and see if that'll do it. Just need to place this in. There we go. But yeah, they've been really flexible with their hours, only scheduling her a couple days a week at nighttime. So those nights I can watch Jack while she works and it doesn't affect Lightburn. And then when Jack goes to sleep, I'm able to work on YouTube stuff. So understandable, that's a lot of travel. Yeah, I would like to. I mean, especially Rocky Mountain Rep Fest. That was a ton of fun. Definitely would say for anybody that is interested in an event in the States, Rocky Mountain Rep Fest was phenomenal. I enjoyed 3D Printopia a lot as well. Rocky Mountain Rep Fest is, I'd say, bigger, and it feels like it's probably the easiest of the events to get in and out of, because you basically fly into Denver. Okay, so I'm not going to over tighten this because there's no need. I hope I will have time to go to the UK next year, and Frankfurt. Oh, nice. I can't say, but this year's crazy schedule. Yeah, Formnext, right? Is what you're talking about? Formnext seems like a really cool one. I know it's a lot of industrial stuff, but it's still really freaking cool to see. And there are some of the more desktop space manufacturers that are also there. Okay, so this is in. Now we do have to kind of worry about the direction of things, because this is, let's see. So with the CAD, it's this direction facing me. For the motors, it looks like everything is completely uniform, so I don't think that'll matter. So let's go ahead and let me drop you guys down. I'm gonna leave you guys on the spools because we will probably need the height when we go there. There we go. For next, I hope to make it back to Rocky Mountain Reprofest and go to Pikes Peak. Why does Pikes Peak sound familiar? What is that, Delmar? I mean, it sounds like it's a mountain range, but is there more to it than that? They changed, right? Rocky Mountain Reprofest got pushed back next year, I think. So it was in April this year, but I think it's in May. Yeah, okay, Clown says it's in May. For next, I'm starting to allow more consumer printers. Looked like, yeah, I agree. This year there was quite a bit of people that I was like, huh, that's not usually who I'd expect at this event, but that's really cool. Okay, so for these, okay, let's start by getting the, let's start by putting on the pulleys on all these. Not going to worry about any sort of alignment right now, but we just want to make sure that they're on here because it doesn't look like, unless I'm wrong, no, it doesn't look like there's any access to getting it on. So the question I have now is, where are the pulleys? Did I put them in here or, oh, here they are. Let me turn these towards you guys. I just want to drive, okay, you just want to drive out the mountain. Yeah, the Pikes Peak definitely sounds really familiar, but then again, like, my dad snowboards a lot. I know quite a few people that I mean, I do snowboard. I snowboarded a lot more when I was younger, and then I got a concussion. I got a concussion when I was either a freshman or sophomore in high school, and I haven't done much since. Okay, so let's put, we're gonna take these out, put a little bit of Loctite on each of them. This is not, I'm not using real strong Loctite, so it shouldn't be an issue for me to have to readjust them later, because we will definitely have to readjust these. So we're gonna just take out all the set screws. Pikes Peak is also a motorsport. Oh, it's a motorsport event. Is it at the same place, or no, there's just an event called Pikes Peak that's elsewhere? Pikes Peak Time Attack. Oh, it's an automotive event. Okay, but this is at the same, this is all at the same place? Yo, what did I miss? Not a ton. I showed that the feet, when I tightened them down, I didn't realize it because we did this 2 weeks ago, but the plastic actually split just a little bit. I don't think as far as functionality, it's gonna have a negative impact, but there's a slight gap between the feet and the T-nut. So you'll either want to tighten them less than I did, or you'll want to have some kind of a standoff or spacer. I feel like that could have been an easy fix if they just had built in, if they had just built in a bit of a notch, so that way it was more flush with the T-nut. Based off the way these parts print, I can't think of why it would make printing them any more difficult. So if I was modifying it, I would add a little bit of a protruding section, so that way the T-nut can sit flush against it and it doesn't pull away at the plastic. But again, it's still bolted down to the vertical extrusions. You guys can't really see what I'm talking about, so let me back out a little bit. So yeah, it's where these bolt downward, it pulls away from the plastic a bit, but it's still bolted down vertically to these extrusions, which is solid. And then I just don't think, like, the rest of the part seems fine. And it feels like, although it definitely is a bit of the structural integrity of this thing, it feels to me like it's more of an alignment thing. So I'm not super concerned. I also think that if I had to replace them, like if it did become a problem, I don't think it's that difficult to do later on. There's basically a singular bolt holding it down that I could reach from here, and then you have two bolts here, but it's a lot of plastic. I don't want to waste it just for no reason. So right now, I mean, I was kind of tugging on the parts, and it seems like it's mostly right where the bolt is, and I don't really see any flex, so I'm not gonna worry about it right now. But it is something that I think is worth knowing. If I was building it, I would like to know that ahead of time, so that way I don't do that. Okay, let's see. Do we have some plastic I can put a little Loctite on? We'll use this baggie. There we go. There's a little nozzle baggie. Hey, Armor. How's the turtle box going, dude? I used to race motorcycles when I was younger, raced a PPH, never again. The drop-offs are terrifying. Yeah, I feel like I used to do a lot more things. I surfed for many years with my dad. Many years. And then all of a sudden I got some sort of like weird fear of sharks. And I was like, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna go back in the deep water, which doesn't make any sense considering like statistics and how much I'd already done it. But I don't know, man. I've gotten certainly like more fearful of things with age versus the opposite, which I guess makes sense. I think when you're young, you're kind of like, oh, I'm indestructible. Maybe not, but linked Hornicorn racing up and like, okay, cool. Okay, so yeah, I'm just dipping these in. We are going to get these back in. It's just a little Loctite, because usually if there is a thing that you'll wish you put some Loctite on, it is pulleys. Especially the extruder. The extruder is the big one, but even for motion, I've had it slip before. So I always recommend at least putting a little bit of Loctite. You heal faster when you're young. This is also very true. Yeah, my dad, I've seen my dad hurt himself quite a few times in my life. Like, usually doing something silly that he's warned us not to do. Like, I know that when I was a kid, we used to go camping up in Northern California in a place called Big Sur, which is all like redwood forest. And we would, you know, camp, do all the camp stuff, stay there for a week. We'd do hiking. We would do inner tube down the river, look at like this like big boat. We'd do some fishing. And there was this log that was kind of floating in the water, like a massive tree, like basically a full tree. And it was kind of not incredibly stable, but I thought it would be fun to kind of go out and stand on it and try to balance. And if I remember correctly, my dad told us not to do it. And then he went out and did it and fell and busted his either his butt or his back pretty bad. It was pretty bad. Like, I know it was, recovery time was fairly long on that one. And then another one that I missed, but I saw the results of, was that we used to live in California next to a like race, I don't know what you call it. It's not BMX, but like off-road bicycle downhill. So they'd take like FJ cruisers with the bikes up not a mountain, but a hill. And then it was, you know, pretty high speed down racing. And, you know, they only ran events there a couple times a year. So the rest of the time it was just open and people would kind of go around and play around there. And this doesn't actually look like there's much wiggle room at all. So I might just fully tighten these down for now. So right here, it looks like you see a little bit of extra of the motor's post sticking out. But if you look at this, if I have it in the same orientation, let's just go like this and zoom in. We are basically perfectly flush. So I think I might just tighten it down, and then worst comes to worst, I can adjust it later on, but it feels like these are the exact length they need to be. So we will go for this. But anyways, my dad was there with my brother and one of his buddies, and they were, you know, going down not from the top, but they were going decently quick and little dirt jumps and stuff. And my dad was getting some air, and I guess my brother's friend wanted to record him. So he asked, oh, do it one more time. And on the last one, I think, I don't know, I wasn't there. So kind of retracing the story, my dad decided to go like a little bit quicker to get a little bit more air. And when he hit the jump, the bike went up, but instead of it going back down, it continued to go up, and he came down on his butt. And I have never seen such a massive welt in my life. Like, I mean, the gnarliest thing I've ever seen. And I know that, I mean, it was weeks and weeks and weeks of recovery on that. So yeah. That was many years ago, though. Many years ago. I fear seals. No way. I love seals. I mean, I don't know, in the water with them, like, I don't know, maybe I'd have some fear as well. I do remember one time we were surfing, and I can't remember where it was. I want to say it was San Clemente, but it might not have been. And we were it was pretty big surf, and we were getting hit with waves, and so we were trying to get over the set where the waves were breaking. And I remember we were paddling, and all of a sudden there's this huge wave, and you see this massive gray, like shadowy figure in the wave, and it was terrifying, and it looked like a shark, and it turned out it was a dolphin. So it was a huge relief. But I remember in that moment, like I mean, my stomach was in my throat. Like, I was terrified. Just the, you know, the wave comes up and there's this huge gray creature that's shaped kind of like a shark, and you sort of see a fin. So, yeah, good times, good memories, you know. But yeah, I will be snowboarding this year though. My dad got a pass because they moved out here for half the year, and I got my dad into snowboarding many years ago, and he shreds. Like, he snowboards much better than me now. So I will, all my snowboard gear is from when I was in like freshman year of high school, which would have been, you know, almost a decade ago. So I'm gonna probably just rent some new gear and give it a go. One thing I'm realizing right now though, as I'm tightening these, is that I'm tightening them kind of up against the motor, which makes me feel like that's not the best idea, and that I should have some kind of a shim, even if it's just really fine. So we'll see. It doesn't. I don't feel like there's any resistance caused by that. So we'll see. Okay, let me get caught up on chat real quick. I'm usually using nail polish, which seems to work just fine. Yeah, I think we talked about that before. That's what Nero's used quite a few times, and that seems totally fine. Do as I say, not as I do, karma. Yeah, pretty much that. Also want to do Tail of the Dragon? I don't know what that is either. I did the same with an axe. Oh my gosh, didn't listen then. Oh, that's awful. I've broken ankles and split my head. Ooh, skateboard related. Yeah, I skateboarded a lot as a kid as well. And I haven't really skated in many years. But my dad just brought over, I guess I left it in California, like a longboard that I had. So I've been using that to cruise to the mailbox, and that's been a lot of fun. Okay, so I don't know what screw size we need for this. Let's try M3/8s because we have the most of these first. Yeah, I was always pretty cautious on the skateboard though. I had buddies that would, like, there was a school next to us, and they would go, you know, hop the fence in the school, and they would do the stairs, and I always kept it to like 3 stairs at the most. I'd seen them get hurt way too many times. Okay, so this is not right. So it's definitely not an M3/8. So let's try the next size up, which is M3. Do we have M310s? M316s, M312s, M310s. Okay, let's try 10s. 24 hours of lemons would be a lot of fun. Wait, 24 hours of lemons? What is that? I don't know what that is. Nope, that's not, that doesn't seem right. Oh, that could be it. So it's either, I think Jack's coming up. I hear someone saying dada. I mean, I hear Jackson saying dada, not someone. Okay, so that's M310. Let's try 12s. Something tells me 12s might be sticking out a little bit too far, but I just had them. M5s, M316s, M520s, M3/8s. You gotta be kidding me. Oh, there they are, M312s. These might be a little too long. Hey, Stuart. Hey, it's going well. Doron Velta looks like a fun build. Hey, Keep. Yeah, it's been going pretty well. I mean, there's no instructions, which combined with it being a stream, that seems right. I think it's M312s. We'll see if we don't bottom out. Let's see. Oh, Jackson's just yelling from the bottom of the stairs. Yeah, so that's how much we have sticking out. Let's see if we're gonna bottom out or not. Okay, and based off these, we want the motor going out the side, so it looks like this and like this. Will we bottom out? Nope. Yep, I'm gonna say it's M312s. too many dislocations. Oh God, that sounds awful, Grant. Yeah, even with snowboarding, when I got my concussion, I wasn't doing anything nutty. I was literally just cruising. I'm out high in California on a night they were blowing snow, so it was fairly icy conditions. Wait a minute, did I just grab? Yeah, M312s, okay. And I guess I just, I don't know, hit a small bump.
Only 46. Thumbs up, smash the thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up.
Nice, thank you for the €2. Let's see. 110 people lurking, only 46 likes. Smash the like button. Yeah, if you haven't hit the like button, please do. It takes just a second, but it's definitely appreciated. Okay, this is not going in at all. What is going on here? I don't understand why this one's not going in. It looks like it has a clear path. Oh, you know what? Oh, is it stripped? If it's stripped, that wasn't for me. It was already stripped because I did not apply very much pressure. Did I put it in the wrong hole? I did. Okay, I'm gonna take this off. I think that hole is stripped. If it is, we'll still be okay. I think with 3 screws, we've done that quite a few times in the past, I feel. So, but that's lame if it's stripped. So I didn't apply any force at all, really. But yeah, let's just check without this on. Please let go. Where are we still attached? Wait, I put a... Oh my God. Ignore me. Ignore me. Nobody caught it, but apparently I put a screw in a spot where there was already a screw, so... Ay, ay, ay. Ah, hey, Jerry. Happy Wednesday. Yeah, typically you can only fit 1 screw per hole. There we go. Nothing stripped. User error. Typical. Okay. So this guy right here, I'm going to show you guys this. Also, I think that even these motors are going to help keep the frame all together, so I'm not real worried. But yeah, these motors, these prints have what I'm describing. So you have these sort of bumps here, which basically, 1, they help with alignment when you're slotting it into the channel, but 2, they make it where there's not a gap between the T-nut and the printed part. So I just don't understand why the other part didn't have these on them. So, but yeah, this is exactly what I was describing. So they did include them on this part. 59 likes. Okay, we're cruising up. We're cruising up. All right. So we've got 1 motor done, and I just want to make sure that if I go in here with like a flat head on the teeth, yeah, I can rotate this. So if we need to access the set screws to adjust these later, we can, which is pretty important. Okay, next one is up. I'm sure they ended up putting a V8 in it after, though. Fill it out. No, we're good, Ron. It was just me. It's funny because looking into the actual pocket, it didn't look like there was a bolt in there, but looks can be deceiving. I can't believe it's already freaking December, everybody. Like, it's what happened to this year? It was just April. It was just April. Just got here, what did I miss? Hey, man of the croc. Not a ton, really. I showed that the feet, when I tightened the feet down on the first stream, I didn't realize it, but it had split the part ever so slightly, but it seems like it's not going to affect functionality, so I'm not adjusting anything. But today, I got the wires routed off stream. We mounted the top plate today. And now we're doing the motors and the idlers so we can get our belts installed. And then we are moving on to the tool head. So we're making good progress. Hey, F. Good evening. Bless you. It's pretty adorable. Jackson, he's kind of getting more like words and sounds. So he doesn't really say like the full words. Like for water, it's wawa. And for more, it's mo. He doesn't say the R. He goes mo, mo. But we sneeze a lot in this house because, well, you guys know I have bad allergies and seem to all have pretty bad allergies. And so, you know, from saying bless you, bless you, bless you, he every time anyone sneezes, he goes, bless, bless. It's pretty freaking cute. So right now, Aaron was sneezing and I heard him yelling, bless, bless. Okay, last one of these guys. Going in like this, right? Yep, that is correct. Toddlers are well known to bend the fabric of our time perception. Yeah, I guess even my parents were talking about it. They're like, man, we were just looking back at photos of Jackson from earlier this year, and he went from like a baby to this tiny man. It's wild. I'm still really happy with the Magneto X. No issues here. I cannot wait for the enclosure to print ABS and ABS glass fiber. Yeah, I gotta get the freaking hot end slot, man. I've been so far behind. So this week's video is on the, think. So this week's video is on Cryo Grip. Next week's video should be on the massive laser. The following week's video should be on the GD Plus 4, finally the review since I got the new SSR. And then the following week's video after that will be the Micro Swiss Flowtech install on the SV08. And then in January, I've got the K2 Plus review. I've got a video on X1 Plus, the X1 Carbon firmware. And then after that, it's like sort of dependent on what I get done and what, yeah, like there's quite a few things. So, but the Magneto, okay, the whole reason I started talking about that, the Magneto X, I got to put the hot end on it so I can continue the testing on it to get the video done. It's been sitting, it's literally right next to this camera. It's been sitting here for, I don't know, 2 months now. My little guy is walking and starting to talk. 15 months since the NICU seems like an eternity. I can't believe it's been 15 months, dude. That's super exciting. Yeah, I remember when it was like during a stream or like around the time we were streaming when you're like, I gotta go to the hospital, and then baby went in the NICU, and I'm really happy to hear that baby's doing so well though, man. But I can't believe it's been 15 months either. That's nuts. Feels like 8 months tops. Next V0 build, I don't know, man. I've got no plans for a V0 build right now. Maybe a Micron Plus in the future. I don't know. TBD. Major TBD. Okay, let's prep the next thing too, which is just the idler. So you have a job, a child, a wife, and this YouTube. When do you have any time? I don't, man. I definitely, optimization of the way I do things has been crucial for me to be able to do any of this stuff. I have also had to back off a little bit on things. Like, for example, on YouTube now, I'm doing typically 3 videos a month instead of 4 because I was keeping up with it, and it was so overbearing. It was just too much, and it got to a point where I'm like, I just can't do it. So now, usually I'm doing 3 a month. I haven't done any less than 3 a month, and there's some months I think I still have done 4, but I don't beat myself up about missing a week because I was really like proud of how well I'd kept my schedule. Uh-oh. This looks different than, no, it's not. This just slots over it. Okay. So yeah, I don't have a lot of time. On top of that, I've recently picked up a obsession with, well, I've always been into trading card games. That we talked about. I'm not gonna get too deep into it because I know that not everyone's into it, but I've always been a big fan of Pokemon, being born in '92. And I recently dove into Yu-Gi-Oh! and it's been nuts. I'm trying to build out the first 8 American TCG releases, trying to build binders of first editions, which 1 is pricey, but 2 is also very time consuming, like hunting them down, trying to find deals and stuff like that. So I just don't have time. Like my free time is pretty much like YouTube and working on projects. But luckily, Aaron's been really understanding, and I am still able to make time. Like we went like to Christmas lights the other day, you know, like I do try, but it's tough, man. Juggling is tough, and I definitely have seasons of the year where I'm feeling like I'm on top of it, everything's going really well, and then I'll hit a wall and it'll be a rough few weeks or month as I'm trying to like juggle everything and feel like I'm falling behind. So it's a lot. But if I didn't love 3D printing and making things and a lot of what I do, I don't think it would have been sustainable. I really don't think it would have been. But I'm incredibly passionate about 3D printing and making and sharing things and learning. So I think that's the only reason really why I've been able to maintain this for so long, you know. Hey Dom, how is using AI daily? Who uses AI daily? I do sleep a bit. I do sleep a bit. I try to. Just depends on. Have you used X-Touch with your P1S? Have I used X-Touch with my P1S? Yeah. Well, the P1S is now rocking the Bamboo Panda Touch, so I haven't used X-Touch in a while. I think should build a rat rig V4. I have a rat rig in the garage. It also needs, it's the one from Rocky Mountain, and I just cut a new panel out for it on the massive laser in the garage, so I'm super excited about that. And, okay, these look like they just press fit. Ooh, I like that. That was really, I'm gonna put the mic down so you guys can hear. Very satisfying click. Here we go. You guys hear that? Sorry, I don't know if that was really loud, but it's incredibly satisfying. These parts are, tolerances to these pins are fantastic. Ooh. All right, bringing it back. Little ASMR. Yeah, I haven't used the X-Touch in a while. I like Rat Rig. I like Rat Rig a lot, actually, Phil. Both the team themselves are cool, but they make really solid machines. So the plan is right now I need to swap the toolhead for the latest rev because mine was the pre-release Rocky Mountain one, and then do testing with that. It's the hybrid, but the plan is to go IDEX with it. The Rat OS is incredible. It's a really, really awesome clipper over, what is it, like it's awesome. It's really cool. So I do understand why people like the Rat Rig. Hey Jose! My cardboard addiction was Magic the Gathering, but with Bandai's recent announcement, I'll be switching to the Gundam TCG. Cool. Yeah, I really, for me, it's always kind of been about the artwork. I've never really played. I just like collecting and like the history behind the cards and the nostalgia, right? As a kid born in the 90s, me and all the neighbor kids would get together and look at our cards and stuff. So it takes me back to simpler times. But I have tried playing the Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG, but the current meta is so complicated that like it feels like you have to be a high-level mathematician or engineer to really understand some of the combos and how they all interact with each other. So there's a huge there's a huge group of people that play older formats. So you have like GOAT, which is some of the originals, and then Edison. So I think that might be more up my alley, is playing, it's like up to a certain year of cards released before things got so insane. So, but just time. I went down and played one weekend at the locals and got wrecked and told myself I'll go back once a month, and so far I have not gone back. So it's yeah, time is, it's very difficult to make the time. Solid click. All right, right? Good click. Thank you. At least somebody here appreciated a good little click. A hobo too. Why are we caught? What are we caught on? There we go. Can I back out a little bit? There we go. Okay, so let's get these motors mounted. They are all going to be... Also, I think Delmar, you said that you just recently went through one of those too. I think it's fairly normal. Like, I think a lot of people go through, you know, some good months, some bad months, some really productive seasons, and some just trying to keep things going seasons. So, but I definitely don't love the just keep things going seasons. I'm always thankful when I'm like, I feel like myself again. I feel good. Okay, so I'm not able to slide the T-nuts in because these are blocking it. So I'm gonna have to drop the T-nuts in, get them aligned first, and then we can tighten them down. So these are gonna be M5 T-nuts. I got a little burned out after 3D Printopia. Yeah, no, I get it, man. I definitely get it. I think for me, having the second hobby of the card stuff is a really nice break from 3D printing. Granted, I still treat it fairly technically, but it's sort of a little bit more carefree. So, yeah. Building that Modbot sign was actually really fun with the laser, because a lot of the stuff we do on the channel is quite technical, and I do love me some technical goodness, but at the same time, it is a lot of thinking and testing and analyzing, while with the Modbot sign, it was like, cut out wood pieces, cool. Paint wood pieces, relaxing. Like, it was kind of a little zen for me. Everyone needs a little switch up every once in a while. Okay, so this feels like the T-nuts are aligned enough, so let's try to get these in. And these are gonna be probably M5 8s, I would think. Yeah, let's go with that. Sorry if I'm missing chat, everyone. If you saw what I see, it's kind of like, let me just show it, screw it. Let's see. My view is this. So it's pretty far away. It is a decent sized TV, but like it gets really jumbled very quickly. So if I miss anyone's, I do my best to like, you know, sometimes also I'll read something in my head and think I read it out loud because I'm a squirrel. So apologies, it's not me trying to ignore anybody. It's just very difficult to like focus on the task at hand and maintain chat. I do enjoy the conversation though. That's why I do live streams. But yeah, if I miss someone, it's not intentional. It's just difficult. They polishing the software really side as well. I don't know what I missed on that. I like the family game night Magic the Gathering kit. I don't know what that is. Actually I have played Magic once when I worked at Matter Hackers, and I got smoked because those guys actually had played back in the day. Well, for me, it was like, I don't know how to play this, but it was fun. I think had I not just dove so heavily into Yu-Gi-Oh! I have a buddy in California that's getting into Magic, that probably would have been right up my alley. But because I'm already too deep into the Yu-Gi-Oh! Stuff, I can't pick up another card game. Okay, why are we not, it feels like it's aligned correctly. I got a little burned out after 3D. I have colleagues using AI to reply to part of the email. Just controlling the response before sending it is scary to me sometimes. Yeah, I don't, so I do have a ChatGPT subscription service. I have okay, I'm gonna loosen this one and see if maybe that's what the issue is. And I do use it. Sometimes it'll be like, okay, so it's like sometimes I'll know what the subject is that I'll want to talk, like I'll always know basically what the subject is I want to make a video on. I don't know if this is the right size screw. It doesn't feel like it's starting in too far, but we're gonna go with it. And so I'll basically dump a bunch of data about like, this is what I want to cover. And I'll use it to get ideas of like how to start things out. Not often, but sometimes I do get writer's block like at the beginning of like, how do I, like, what's the best way to sort of start this off? So I'll use it for that. And then every once in a while I'll use it for title ideas. I never copy one-to-one though, ever. But sometimes it's nice to be like, hey, like, oh, cool, I didn't think about that. Like, let me use it from that angle. So I kind of use it as a second set of eyes. I've also had it like proof things before. I'm like, hey, like, here's something I wrote. can you check it for like redundancies and stuff like that? So I will use it for that, but I definitely don't have the confidence in using any of that stuff, at least right now, as like just, you know, using it and taking its word for it. So squirrels, yes, all the squirrels. So I'm wondering, I'm probably just gonna fish the wires through here later. I'm not gonna worry about them right now. I think if I use like needle nose pliers and words are tough today, like some tweezers, I can feed them through even underneath the motors. Although this one's gonna be an issue now that I think about it. So maybe I do need to feed the wires through. Let me grab my needle nose pliers to help me pull things through. What are your thoughts on the Eddie Duo from Victortech? So I just happened to see that in the last 24 hours or so. I don't know if it just got announced or if I just saw it late, but I think it's freaking sweet. So I still only really have experience using it on the switch wire, and I don't have even a ton of experience with it. The biggest thing was like thermal compensation seemed really half-baked back then. Oh, okay, I know what the other one was. That was the limit switch. Cool. Anyway, sorry, thoughts. So if that's been corrected though, the idea to be able to choose between USB or CAN bus, like that functionality, I really like. I think that's sweet. So, because before there was, I think when I was making when we were testing it out, there was like 3 variants of it, right? There was one that had a thermistor, one that was USB, and one that was, you know, CAN was coming or something like that. I don't know. I don't remember. Honestly, it's been many, many, many months. So yeah, I like it. I love the idea of not needing to get like, oh, I've got a CAN one. Oh, it won't work on USB. Like, I do love the idea of having just one that works for both. So I just don't know, aside from that, like how well it actually functions. The experience I had wasn't bad. I want to sort of correct that. I remember when we were playing around with the thermal compensation, it required like a really manual tuning process, if I remember, of like creating a kind of grid with like, here's the temperature, here's the offset, here's the temperature, here's the offset, which I felt like could be something that would be able to be automated. So if there's been improvements to that, then that's definitely a good thing. Okay, that seems like it's aligned. I like to collect certain themes of my trading cards, like the Crimson Vow, but when I play, I feel like I'm playing checkers against granite. Yeah, it would be fun to find someone like there's a Discord group for like the older formats of Yu-Gi-Oh that I might need to join to just play remotely, because the guys at the locals are super nice, very, very nice. They were very welcoming of a complete newbie, but they're just really good, man. And they're really smart. First guy I played against was like a systems engineer, and I'm like, that makes sense. Like this game, like requires you to almost be an engineer to be able to understand half of what's going on. Okay, why are we not going in, bud? But yeah, I can understand that. People that have played a long time just know a lot of the stuff by memory, while I'm just like, I gotta read everything. So, and it's all timed too, right? So you can't just take your sweet time and read everything. So I'm like, I'll just have to take your word for it, I guess. There we go. Okay. All right. Motor is in. Motor is in. So this bundle of wires shouldn't be an issue because it's going to go over the top. But one second here. But the limit switch has to go underneath the motor from what I'm seeing here. So let me undo my wires and pull out. It should be the one with the only one with the JST connection on it. come on, bud. So funny, this tape sticks like crap to everything, but of course I'm trying to get it off right now. It's putting up the fight of its life. Oh, okay, you're asking for scissors. In 30 minutes, we'll open up the Polymaker giveaway form. So someone remind me, pretty please. Oh, dude, what is going on? There we go. Okay, so yeah, this is the one for the limit switch that comes out underneath. So this one we can pull up through here like that, I think. And this one's gonna go over the top, so we don't need to do anything with this. Actually, I'm just gonna tape it. No, I'm not gonna tape it yet. We'll wait till we get the motor in. Let's see. Here we go. Nope, wrong way. Yeah, that seems like it'll work. The wires will just go, they go right out over the top of it. Okay, maybe quickly catch up on chat. My wife had to have an AI spoiled up from scratch to ensure it wasn't polluted by external influence to read and risk rate contracts for her job. Garbage is garbage. Garbage in, garbage out ruins AI training. Yeah, I know that. I met a guy when we were going on our trip to China at the airport, actually, that does, like, his job is to build custom AI solutions, and he runs seminars on like training people on, I don't know, AI, but I don't honestly, I was really tired and had a lot on my mind, so I don't remember all the details. But the stuff he did seemed cool, which was, you know, basically custom solutions. But I do agree that there's a lot of there's a lot of garbage. But I have used it to do some cool stuff. Like I was showing my parents, like I had to create a workout schedule based off certain parameters, which was pretty freaking sweet. Like I'm certainly not anti-AI by any means. I just think that it's not the solution to all, that's for sure. There's things that are good. I mean, with most, I feel like with technology in general, right? There's things that are good and there's things that are not good. So I don't think it's going anywhere though, that's for sure. I think it's here to stay. So my thought is, you know, to stay informed and up to date as much as possible versus just writing it off. So we'll see, you know, we'll see what the, I'm a pretty big skeptic in general, so that probably doesn't help. I question just about everything. So, huh, yeah, it's in the same crap again. Also, I'm not entirely sure this is the right screw size, everyone. I'm using M5/8, and it feels like an M510 would probably be a better route. But I don't think we have them. We have M512s, which I worry 4mm would be just too much. So I'm using what we got. And it's at least getting a couple threads, which I think is hopefully gonna be enough. And what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to loosen these screws, push them up against the corners. So that way they're all positioned roughly the same distance, like that. So there we go. Do the same with this one. And then we'll move on to the idlers, and then we will run the belts. Oh, that one came out. Yeah, it's only going in like 2 threads maybe, so. That didn't seem right, but okay. Sorry, elbow to the face. Eddie is still a bit lacking software-wise. It works with Cardo. Okay, gotcha. The guy he's importing the emails and context and asks to write a reply for it, AI will almost do everything for him. Yeah, I kind of like it more as an assistant. Like, I do think that it can be helpful in that sense, but to just completely give it the keys, like, I don't know, man. Here comes Jack. I hear him. I hear him saying, Dada. Chilala's getting pissed. She does not. She's a very jealous dog. She's crying. There he comes. Hey! What's up, big guy? Come here. Oh, I like your sweater. Oh, you dancing? Oh, you hear the music? You hear the music? Yeah. Are you dancing to the music? Hold on. I think it's zoomed in. Look it. Can you say hi? Can you say hi? Yeah, that's the printer we're building, dude. It's getting. We're making some progress, huh? What is it? Ooh. No, ooh. Put it right here. Aaron brought taters and dino chicken nuggies. Thank you. Uh-oh. Whole wheat?
The Cheerios, the fruit Cheerios, those are whole wheat.
Gotcha. They have a lot of sugar, though. I looked at the side of the box. Oh! Can you say bless? Go, achoo! Achoo! No? No bless? He's focused. Is that for, can I have that? I don't know, he smelled like Delilah for a second. Were you laying in Delilah's bed? Yeah? You smell like the dog, dude. We're making some good progress today, big guy. Yeah. You like the idlers? Are they cool? Yeah? One for Dada? Look, you spin it, look. Is that cool? Yeah. They're for the belts, dude. Yeah. You gonna have some chicken nuggies? Yum, dude, with barbecue sauce? Or ketchup? Is that cool? Yeah.
I think he's really taken a nap today.
He has taken a nap?
I don't think
Oh,
he has.
you haven't taken a nap today?
I think it was like he laid
Those
down.
are daddy's. You're gonna get your own.
Popcorn.
Gotcha. Thank you, baby.
You're wrong. You're not.
Yeah, mommy's gonna get you your own food, okay? She got your food downstairs. You gonna go eat some food? Yeah, no, those are daddy's. Those are daddy's.
Say bye-bye.
Can you say bye-bye? All right, baby. And go eat some. Go eat some chicken nuggies and some taters. Thank you, Mama. Okay, well, I'll get the giveaway open then so I can inhale some. Are you gonna hang out later? No, that's not cool, man. All right. I just sneezed. Can I get a bless? I guess he's not in the mood to bless anybody today. All right. Wait, what happened to Jose? Daniel, I'd like to announce that today I became a grandfather. Oh, congratulations to a beautiful baby girl. We do have decent air horns. That's super exciting. Congratulations, Jose. How awesome, man. Hey, RH. Okay, I'm gonna really quickly get the giveaway open. 1 second here. So I can inhale a couple tater tots while they're warm. Usually while streaming, the food ends up being cold by the time I get to eat it. So let's see here. RH, I still have to reply to your message, man. I'm sorry, I just realized that after seeing your name right now that you sent a message probably like a week and a half ago now. Okay, there we go. All right, I guess I'll just switch it to me for a second, read chat. But yeah, she brought a massive plate of dino chicken nuggies and tater tots. So definitely a lunch of champs here. There is a Legal Eagle video from this week where he goes over all the cases recently when lawyers or key people lose because they relied on AI for actual layer. Ooh. Yeah, I've had AI read through documents, I will say that, but not before I've read through them, and I'm just making sure that I didn't miss anything. So, but yeah, I wouldn't, on anything substantial like that, no way, at least not now, not yet, so. I do know a handful of people that have been trying to learn programming, and they've used it to troubleshoot their code, which I think is cool. I don't think that using it to, well, I do know some people that have used it to generate their code as well for like their own little projects, which is fine, but I think generally, like, I wouldn't want that, but having it as sort of a, hey, can you check this? Like, I can't figure out why it's not compiling or whatever. Like, I don't think that's, you know, I think that's fine. That's what it's good for. Proper orange food. It is kind of orange. What's the most popular upgrade to this kit? I don't know. Zombie might know, because Zombie built one a long time ago, and I feel like he might be more familiar with upgrades. Yeah, the only upgrade I can think of is adding some overhead lights. I'd like to have lights, and then a USB camera as well. Aside from that, I'm going to pretty much leave it stock. We're not going to enclose it because I discovered through Zombie that enclosing it loses a lot of build volume, and it's already pretty small at 200 millimeters in diameter. I don't want to shrink it down any further. So it's just going to be a PLA and PTG printer. I'll see. Like, I'll push it a little bit just for fun, but honestly, I'm not going to go crazy with it. Like, it's more of a for fun build. That's this cool little Delta that I can play around with, you know. With the ABS frame, like, yeah, it uses 2020 extrusions, but it's still the ABS parts that connect it all together. Like, it's not going to be the most rigid thing ever, that's for sure. Six-wheel drive? Oh my god. I've actually never seen a Delta with six-wheel drive. Is that a thing? That's fine, my reply gap was much longer and I know how things are. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's certainly not like an intentional thing. I suck. I suck with replies, man. They are indeed Dino Nuggies. I don't care what anyone says. The Dino Nuggies taste better. We've gotten like Tyson's Nuggies and like whatever other ones they have at the store. The Dino Nuggies just taste good. They crisp up really nicely. And yeah, they're solid. Yes, they are Dino Nuggies. But Aaron said they're whole wheat Dino Nuggies. She got like the healthier ones. And I gotta say, I don't really taste much of a difference, so. You just add 3 motors instead of the idlers. I don't feel like this is the printer I'd be doing that with, though. Just because, like, if it was... That could be fun to try to do on, like, the T1 from FL Sun or something like that. Because that is a fairly rigid printer. I'm still curious about what I'm going to do with the FL Sun S1, because I know that there was artifacting issues they're working on a firmware for. I haven't heard any update after the update 2 months ago or whenever it was that it was getting close. And then I saw that somebody had an FL Sun S1 and the closed loop drivers burned up on them. So now I'm like sketched to even use the thing. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I don't know if I'm just gonna strip it down and kind of build it with the, I don't know. I don't know what the plan is for that thing. All 3D servos, they're so, they did say that they would send out a set, but they're so expensive. I'm just like, it would have to be another video kind of like the tube one, where it was like, this is overkill for most everybody, not everybody, but most everybody, and I'm just showing it because it's really cool and I think deserves a highlight. So that video got really mixed reaction. Some people thought it was really cool, and other people were like, oh my gosh, it's so expensive, what a waste. So it's hard to... I love that 3D printing has the options from this really like low-end entry-level thing that's probably fine for a lot of people and has an upgrade path, and also this like premium thing. Like, I love the options, but there's definitely a lot of people that are like, no, it's, you know, if it's not this, it's unnecessary. And it's, I don't know. I got into 3D printing 10 years ago now because I loved how kind of open-ended it all was, you know? So for me, like, I really enjoyed doing stuff like this. Like, is this necessary? Absolutely not. Is it fun? Yes, it's a ton of fun. I learn a lot. It's a really good time. So it's just, excuse me, clearly not everybody has as open of a mindset towards stuff like that, you know? Did you see the new revision of EasyBot? Is it still called just the VZBot, or did they rename it? Okay, I'm only gonna eat for like 2 more minutes and then we'll get back to it. Doom Cube's really cool. I like the Doom Cubes. You got a Costco? Yeah, Aaron works at Costco. Kirkland lightly breaded chicken chunks are what's up. Can you put that in the live stream channel, Dom? I'll try them. Yeah, she works at Costco, so I can ask if she can just grab a bag. I don't think I've had those. Yes, they do. I agree, and I'm 58. They're amazing, Lisa. Yeah, if you don't like, that should be that's my test. Like, if you don't like pineapple on your pizza, I can live with that. If you don't like Dino Nuggies, something's off about you. Is that the CNC Sherpa on the V0? It is. Yeah, and that's actually what's going on the Doron Velta as well. It's the Fysetc CNC Sherpa Mini, not the Micro, and I've been really happy with it. It's a very solid hot end. Nope, it's a very solid extruder. Okay. I just finished up my V0.2 kit, and I had so much fun. I ordered a 2.4 kit on Monday. That's awesome. Yeah, V0 was my gateway printer into the Voron and Clipper space, and I learned a lot. It was frustrating also, but it was a really good time. I will say this. I also understand that for like, because 3D printing is so diverse, that for some people it's not a project thing. Like, it's just a tool for whatever other thing they're trying to accomplish. And I don't actually, like, I don't see anything wrong with that either. So this isn't me saying like, oh, there's anything wrong with that. See that this little dingle? I should probably have taped this down, but that's okay. I just don't understand why those people can't understand that there are other people, and it's not everyone, I'm not trying to group anybody, but just, there's definitely some that are like, yeah, I don't, like, it's a tool, I don't care about building things, I don't want to tune things. Well, I'm like, I sometimes don't want to do those things, but other times those are really enjoyable parts of the hobby, of the technology. So, okay, so let's flip the printer around. These ones do not have... Okay, so this is another one we have to be careful with. So these idlers don't have those slots like the motors had. So if we tighten these down fully into T-nuts, it will also want to split the plastic. So we need to be relatively cautious as we tighten these down. So, and these ones need a lot more, but at least with these we can slide them. So let's get started. Did you see the new revision? Oh, you're saying it is it's a proto, not the official release. Is that the CNC Sherpa? Let's just finish that video. New V0 revision adds double shear support for the steppers. Gotcha. I have the opinion that having a printer that's your project fun, do dumb stuff with, is good for your mental health with problem solving skills. I'm also the opinion that you should have one that is not. Yeah, I don't disagree with that either. I really like having a printer or printers that I don't really do anything with, although I still do kind of tinker with all of them. Okay, so let's go like this. But I don't disagree with that. There's definitely times where I'm like, I just want a printer that works. I don't want to do these things. So yeah, it kind of depends on what I'm going after in that moment. Okay. Man, I can't even see. This is pretty tall. Okay, let's get this lined up. Okay. Okay. That one's already good, and this one is not. Okay, I think I got these aligned. All right, so once again, I will not be tightening these down nearly as hard as I did the motors. Let's get these in. Let's also change the music, man. It's starting to put me to sleep a little bit. There we go. Giveaway link is open for anyone that missed it. I opened it up a little bit early, so I'll leave it for probably 15 more minutes, but it's pinned in chat. We're gonna give away a spool of Polymaker filament, and it is global, so definitely get in if you have not. Also, it looks like we're at 72 likes. If you have not smacked the like button, please do. See if we can get up to 100. Why is this not going in? Okay, that's in. Okay, I got 2 of them in. That's aligned. Yeah, they look aligned. Cool. Last 2. Oops. There we go. You know who I haven't seen today? Is PF. Has PF been in chat? I hope he's doing alright. It's not often that he misses a stream. Okay, yeah, we're just going hand tight. That's plenty tight. That's it. Yeah, there's the gap. So if you're gonna tighten these down harder, you'd want to shim them. So I don't understand. For this one, maybe it was the part geometry that because they print it flat, you'd have crazy overhangs. So maybe this one makes a little bit more sense. So no Prusa XL. Nope. Nope. In their defense, I haven't reached out. Like, I have a couple of contacts at Prusa, and I haven't actually asked. So I know they did send out a handful a while back. They were going on like an XL spree. I would certainly take one. I think it would be fun to play around with, both on stream as well as testing materials and just seeing what it's all about. But yeah, we'll see. I am interested in seeing the core. I'm probably gonna upgrade the Mark IV S to the Prusa core when that becomes available. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, maybe I'll eventually reach out. I've been so busy too that it's just. I almost bought a XL actually when they were doing pre-orders. I had put down the money for the pre-order, and then with the delays and stuff and life things happened, I was like, I don't know if right now is the right time. Okay, those are aligned. I'm on my tippy toes here, just trying to see what I'm doing. Not a printer for short people. There we go. Okay, let's tighten these down. I get bored if all my printers are working well. I need something to work on. Yeah, I very much am like that too. It's also something that's incredibly rewarding, whether you're doing a mod and like, it's rare for a mod to just go from A to Z perfectly, right? Like usually you hit some road bumps, speed bumps, and you have to kind of work your way through them. But when you finally get it done, like there's a pride thing with it for me that it's hard to compare to much. It just feels really good. And I always have to run and be like, hun. Usually with anything I do, it's like nighttime, so Aaron's usually watching a TV show or a movie or something like that, and I'm working on my projects in the garage or upstairs, and I'll come into the living room and be like, hey hon, can you come look at this? Can I show you something? And bless her, I don't know if she's ever said no. But yeah, just being like, look at, I added lights to this, or look at this. This is, you know, it's, I like showing it too. Right now I'm planning an enclosure and some kind of filtering from SVO8. Nice. Then I'll need to figure out what to morph my older Ender 3 into. Have you looked at the bento box? I really like the bento box. I'm currently running it, the full-size one, in the X1 Carbon, and I think it's solid. Like, the design's relatively simple and easy to change out the media. The size is quite large on it, so you, compared to a lot of other options, like, at least get a fair bit of carbon and the HEPA filter size in there. And the replacement media is pretty inexpensive. Like, I'm a fan. So, unless you just want to design something yourself, but I like the bento box quite a bit. Okay, yeah, we're not going tighter than that. No more splitting. I'm worried that I'm like kind of under tightening things now just because I don't want these parts to split. They were printed on the +4 with a heated chamber, so like the parts are really solid and strong, but there's only so much that they can do when you're cranking down a steel screw. You know, eventually it's gonna give. Nope, didn't seem today. Okay. Yeah, hope he's okay. Maybe it's just, I don't know, it's holiday time, so maybe he's busy with holiday stuff. It's just, when I see people every single week and then all of a sudden they're not here, I'm like, I hope they're... I think even last week, I was like, I haven't seen Nice this week. I don't remember you saying you were going to be out, but I was like, yeah, you're probably just busy with work. Ask for Core 1. Yeah, I could reach out. I am very curious as to what the experience is like with Core 1. I really am. And I know that, you know, I've already seen comments like, it's always split, right? Between the people stoked on it and people saying like, oh, it's way too expensive, get a bamboo or whatever. But I have bamboos. I want both to exist. I think they both should exist. So, you know, whether the value add is in support, whether the value add is in repairability, which we've seen firsthand how repairable the X1 Carbon is, which the answer to that is, it is repairable, but it is incredibly tedious. I've covered it twice now, once in a video on the main channel and once, you know, on stream as we replace the heat bed cable. So there's definitely, you know, people place different values on different things, and it doesn't mean one person's right or wrong. It just depends on, you know, people's situations and, you know, personal preferences. But yeah, I really want the Core 1 to do well. We need options. Options are good for everybody. Whether it's an option that you want for yourself or not, you know, it's kind of besides the point. It's just, it's good to have options. Okay. Sorry, I know I keep showing my elbow, which needs lotion badly. There we go. Okay. I think the last one's aligned. Let's get our screws. If it wasn't so expensive, I'd love a Aprecia XL. Yeah, I think a lot of people feel the same way. It's certainly not targeted towards like just general hobbyists. It's certainly more of like a, it feels like to me more of a small business thing, prototyping, EDU, some kind of like a some kind of a fab lab. Which honestly, I don't know. I feel like I would prefer that versus a really corner cutting low cost version. But I guess both would be nice options as well, right? Like, because the corner cutty version, if you did release that, I don't know. Actually, no, I don't know. We've seen that too many times, the corner cutty version. Depends, I guess it depends on what they've had to cut corners on to get the price down. Please go in, please go in, please go in, please go in. Of course not, it's always the last. Oh, what the heck? Where'd the T-nut go? I don't actually see it. Oh, come on. Hold on, I'm gonna tilt this. Oh. Holy crap. I'm gonna mute the mic so I can, one sec. So I can clear my throat. Sorry, everyone. I'm like, I feel... Yeah, the last T-nut decided to go at a 45-degree angle, so I need a small... Do I have a tiny Allen key? Like, there we go. 1.5. I can fit it through the hole. There we go. There we go. There she is. All right. Okay. All right, we are in. Okay, so let me loosen this up and then just do my hand tightening, and we'll be done, and we should be just routing belts next. Awesome sauce. Okay. 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 Idlers are all spinning beautifully, which Jackson was a big fan of. All right, so what time is it? It is currently 2:01. So we got 4 minutes left, and then we are going to be doing our giveaway for Polymaker. So for anyone that has joined or is just hasn't done it yet, link is pinned in chat at the very top. So if you want to enter in and get that filled out, and then we'll be drawing it live on stream. Also, we're at, let's see, we got 84 likes and 146 viewers. Let's get to 100 likes, man. I know we can do it. I know we can do it. Okay, let's see. Most of us started with a consumer kit, then we wanted to build. Is that what it is? Or then we wanted to build? Yeah, I've talked about it many times, but like my first 3D printer was the DaVinci 1.0. I ordered it from Newegg, and I got it. I remember I'd gotten some money for my birthday, and I had saved a little bit of money from work, and I think I got it on sale. Thought it was Black Friday, but I think it was a Christmas sale, if I remember correctly. And I want to say it was on sale for about $450, which for me at the time, I mean, I was working, I want to say I was still at McDonald's at that point, but I was either at McDonald's or I was self-employed, because I was doing video game hacking and small electronic repair on like Craigslist for a bit after my first job at McDonald's, because I was like, I hate this job. I did it for a year. So I was either there or I had started at PetSmart. I worked at PetSmart for a bit. So either way, I was making, you know, minimum wage like to the max. And it was, you know, going to community college. And so it was a lot. $450 was a lot for me at the time to buy something that I had no idea what the heck it was or anything like that. And then once I got that, then I bought the Volgertech 2020 i3 as my second printer, which was a huge learning experience. And then I purchased, well, I got some sent too. Like I know G-Tech sent one early on. Bob CNC reached out and sent me an i3. And then I bought a Monoprice Select Mini i3 from Monoprice. Yeah, that was the beginning of things, so. Magneto X is also complicated to debug and adjust in case of problem. Yeah, I agree, because there's some sort of nuances when it comes to the drivers and their custom boards and stuff like that. It puts the lotion on the elbow or so it gets the hose again. Wait, what? Good take. I have had custom printers for many years, but eventually bit the bullet and ordered X1 Carbon, make sure I could have something that worked reliably. Yep, that's me as well. I use my X1 Carbon all the freaking time because I know, yeah, like, I mean, it looks nothing like an X1 Carbon anymore. But it's, you know, like, the things I've changed are not the core of it, right? Like, it's still the same. I mean, a lot of it really is the software. It is hardware too, for sure, but it just does the thing. I mean, 99 out of 100 times it does the thing. Like, is it perfect? No. Usually I've found that the errors I've had with it are my fault. Like, you know, installing a new version of the slicer and not realizing it had switched from the powder-coated PEI build plate to the like engineering build plate, which uses a substantially different bed temp. So I'm like, why is things not sticking? And then I look and I'm like, oh, it's printing ABS at 60C or 70C, like something, you know, something that's off, and it's not the machine's fault, it's just doing what it was told. I mean, at the end of the day, like, these printers have some intelligence, but you can make it fail if you try hard enough, you know, so. Bama gets you in the door. Prusa welcomes you to stay with the ability to upgrade when tech improves. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that's fair, I think. I don't have any rebuttal against that. Okay, I'm gonna quickly get caught up in chat, and then we're doing the giveaway. This is your opportunity to fill out the giveaway form. Okay. Let's see. I would imagine that a 5 toolhead stealth changer would be less expensive, but not by much. There's a lot of hardware on an XL. Yeah. There's a lot. I mean, you've got, if you go with a 5 tool, right? It's 5 times all of the stuff in the toolhead. The extruder, the motor, you've got fans, you've got the printed parts and time of assembly that goes up for them. You've got the electronics. I don't know what the controller looks like, but I remember seeing it early on. It almost reminded me of like PCI modules where you add on, modules to the main controller when you add toolheads. So it's a lot. Waiting for the next episode of Teaching Tech's SPO8 tool changer build. I haven't kept up to it. Like, I've watched snippets of it, and I think it's a really cool concept. So I do hope that he's successful with it, and then enough comes out of it where people can build a relatively inexpensive tool changer. I'm sure there's going to be compromises, right, over something like the stealth changer or the XL, because just the quality of the components and such. But it still would be really cool, even if it's sort of tinkery and dabbly, like, you know, something you have to like dabble around with. It would still be really freaking cool. When you save in money versus what you save in money on buying versus building a tool changer you pay for in time. Yep, that is true. That is very true. It's like time. I mean, that is something I struggle with because I like DIYing stuff a lot and I like the tinkering aspect of it. But when it's like I have a 9-to-5 and I have videos I can be working on and stuff, it's like, is it worth my time to do this thing or should I hire it out? And so. And that changes, like, I feel like that changes a lot through life depending on what chapter you're in, you know? Like, I mean, my parents are both retired now, and it's like, if they have a thing that they can do themselves, like, they're gonna do it themselves. Like, they replaced a lot of the siding on their house at the cabin that had been eaten away, and they'd never done it before. But like, hey, we've got time to research online, watch YouTube, get all the parts, take it slowly. So it just depends on where you're at and the situation surrounding you, you know? But I do really enjoy doing the things myself, but the time is the wicked part, man. There's just not enough time. Da Vinci's in the house. His ears must have been ringing. Hey, Bradley. Same, I love my A1 Mini, and now I bought a P1S combo on the Black Friday sale. Nice, you know, cool. He has the tools to communicate with USB. Yeah, isn't he using the crow's nest or bird's nest? Right? What's the guy's name? Is it Isaac or Isaac Tech? I can't remember. I'm pretty sure I've kept up to date a little bit on it. I just don't remember all the details. I don't want to pretend I do. Hey, Achmed. Okay, let's get the giveaway going. All right, so okay, 30 seconds to click the link that's pinned in chat, and then I'm removing it and giving you another 60 seconds, and then we're doing this giveaway. So no more distractions. 30 seconds. I'm removing it. Okay, bird's nest. Yes. It's hard to keep track of all the projects and names and stuff, but I feel like I do about as good of a job as I can, you know. Crow's nest. That's right. Crow's nest is the bird mainsail like webcam control. USB for multi-head is a daft idea. It's the perfect time for CAN bus. Bird's nest. Okay, it's been 30 seconds, so I'm removing the link. Here we go. Remove and unpin. All right, now another 60 seconds, and we're going to be doing the giveaway drawing. Oh, we're so close to 100 likes, guys. So close. Crows are a type of bird. This is correct. He's at the point to make it work. Aaron was sneezing, and I heard Jackie, oh bless. Sorry, I still I find it so adorable. He's at the point to make it work. Toolheads communicate, needs the filament holder up. Most of the hardware stuff is done. That's awesome. Has it been solely him, or is he using, does he have some people helping out with it on the dev side? It's a pretty ambitious project. Like, it really is. Birds aren't real. Hey man, I love birds. We had 100! Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. Hit the like button. Toddler's awake. Be right back. If I win, I'm here. All right, sounds good. Okay, we're gonna do it. So whoever's in is in. Whoever's not in is, well, clearly not in. So we got 102 responses, which means I do need to download it really quickly. Extract all over my back. Okay, so there should be 102 people. DaVinci, you just got in. DaVinci and KCMO, you guys were the last ones to get in. Wait, no. I lied. You were the first ones to get in. 139's when I opened it, right? Yeah, no, you were the first to get in. Never mind. You guys were quick. It was Scope UK. You were the last one to get in. There we go. All right. Here we go. Oh, so for anybody that hasn't been here for one of these, I will contact the winner within 24 hours via email, and the email will contain a form as well as a unique code that you'll need for that form. And if you're in the US or Canada, you'll end up getting a gift card. If you're outside of the US or Canada, you'll be able to choose between a big list of filaments, including PLA, ABS, ASA, and PETGs. It just does not include like the exotic carbon, glass, you know, those super fancy smancies, but there is a lot of really cool filaments. And also, for anyone that has been using, we've got affiliate links in the description for Polymaker. Trash it over here, come on, Dino, breadcrumb, yes, I mean. For anyone that has been using those, I really appreciate it. If you do want to pick up some Polymaker filament, that link is in the description, and a percentage of it does go back to support the channel. So certainly not required, but I you know, always appreciate it. So, alrighty. Oh yeah, we have to do nice 19. That's right. We're doing 19 shovels today. Nice. Last week we were gonna do 19 for Jack being 19 months old. He turns 19 months old tomorrow actually. So, but we're gonna do 19. I forgot. Liz said it last time, and I said that we would do that. So here we go. This one is for baby Jack, getting big. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. It's actually kind of funny. So like, here's Phil's name, right? With the kangaroo and the koala. As I was shuffling it, this is the first time I really paid attention, but like seeing the kangaroo kind of dancing up and down the list was sort of funny. So, okay. Good luck, everybody. In 3, 2, 1, here we go. I am Griff. You are... Wait, where's sound effects? Standard sounds. I butchered that. I am Griff. You are our winner. Congratulations. I don't know if you've won before. I don't recognize that name popping up as the winner, but if you have, you have. We've done a lot of giveaways. So I will contact you this evening, and yeah, you'll get a form, and depending on where you're at, it's either a gift card or a spool of filament. So congratulations. Thank you to Polymaker for letting us do this. And then also, as always, thank you for everyone that entered in. I wonder if he's still in chat. It doesn't matter. Like, you're still eligible to win, but congratulations, Griff. So, all right. We are ready to route some belts, I think, everybody. Now, the question I have is, how? How do the belts get routed on here? Oh, my back is definitely hurting a bit. I took some ibuprofen. It doesn't seem to be doing as much as I'd like. Okay, so I'm under the assumption that the belt wraps around here, although it doesn't show it. To me, it would make sense that like the belt starts here, okay, then it goes down and it goes up, and then, but where does it end on the other side? Is it this? Is this where it ends on, or? I really don't know. I might need some. Anyone else having issues with the stream freezing? Uh-oh. It shows 61 dropped frames. So maybe it did. Right now it's showing all green, but it looks like there was, throughout the stream so far, 61 dropped frames. It's smooth for me right now, but I was having issues earlier. Yeah, I assumed it was me. It might have been me. It looks like if there was 61 dropped frames, that's a decent amount. So it might have been, I don't know. It could have been something going on. Okay, so you're saying there's another piece for the belt. I know there's like the jagged teeth. Let's see, I think it's this piece. It's two of them. Like the smallest. Oh, there you go, found it. Also, can we put the side pieces on soon? I feel like since we've ran the wires, I don't know why we wouldn't be able to put those side pieces on. It's gonna make it look really good. Okay, so for the belt, is this the only other piece for anyone that knows? This little guy, or is there something else? Yeah, we're like at 31 degrees Fahrenheit or -1 here, so I don't know if it's temperature related or what's going on. Let me take a belt out and just start routing it and see if anything makes sense. So let's zoom out a bit like that. They're already like pre-cut, which is nice too, into 3 strands. I do like that. The appreciated gesture. Okay. So up top, it's clearly just going down. Or this is the bottom actually, not the top. So ignore that. And one's gonna go on. One's gonna go on this side like that. Okay. The other's gonna go on the other. It looks like they gave us like just enough. I mean, there's probably a little slack, but they didn't give us a ton of excess belt, which is fine. I don't need to waste belt as long as we have enough, you know, enough distance to do this. Oh man, yeah, my elbow looks real dry. I always forget that I need to lotion my elbows, man. Okay. The good news is that once we figure out how to do this on one of them, it should be fairly simple to rinse and repeat. Okay, so we are good. Belts are through on that side. So let's flip this guy over. Flip this over. What is the belt size? These are 9mm belts. As far as length, that I don't know the answer to, but they are 9mm thick belts, so they are quite chunky. Okay, so, oh, this looks like it maybe does make sense to me. So, okay, I don't like the way I did this. We're gonna start this over. So, let's bring you guys down. I think it does make sense. Okay. Oh, we lost the little guy. Ah, oh, great. Come on, man. There we go. So there is a little loop here with a centerpiece, which clearly to me looks like that's going to be one of the catches. I don't know, on deltas, does it matter if you count teeth like the same way it does on a QuarkSY? I wouldn't think so. I would think as long as you get your tension relatively close in the end, that's probably what counts. But I don't actually know. Like, I mean, they're independent arms from each other. I wouldn't think it would matter the same way. I know they all work together. It does matter. Ah. Okay. I don't know what the easiest way to do this is gonna be then. going to be rough. Does anyone have any tricks? Count the teeth, Dan. Oh, all right. All right. Okay, so we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. One sec. Okay, so this is 15 teeth, with the 15th tooth being kind of centered. I'm gonna do my best. Cut the belts into 3 equal lengths. I think they are all 3 equal lengths. Why would it matter? Because when you're tensioning them, if you don't have them the same length, it's my understanding, and I might be wrong on this, but it's my understanding that when you're tensioning them, if they're not the same length, they don't tension the exact same way. Like, well, part of it is this. So like, okay, let's say if you have 3 that are all the same size and you start at the same point, you know that 3 turns on each of them will give them equal tension. What I don't fully understand though, and maybe someone can explain this, is let's say you had 3 belts and all of them were different lengths ever so slightly, right? But you get them in and, you know, one's got a little bit longer on one side and shorter on one side, but you tension them to all the exact same tension. Let's just say you're using some kind of instrument to tension them. If you did that, what would be the negative? Because that's something I don't actually understand. Okay, so it's skew. Because they all act together, you need to have identical tension and length. Okay, so it's skew related. All right, so let's take all the belts out and make sure they're the same length then. And then I will probably, I don't know if I don't have a white marker, that's for sure. Aaron might, but. Gotcha, so it's skew is the reason why. I've kind of just done it for so long based off of like knowing that that's the correct way to do it, but I honestly didn't fully know the reasoning, but it's skew. On a Core XY, it makes a lot of sense to me because they are using both belts for both axes, so having some slight deviation could really throw things. But on the Delta, since they are, I mean, I know they move together kind of, but they all are their own axes. Okay, so let's see, this one is 1 tooth higher than the other. Okay, so the other one, if these were cut the same length, then the one on the back would be, we'll go like this. I can almost guarantee that FL Sun does not do this. Or, I don't know, I'd be shocked if any company that releases a printer that's built to consumers is doing this, but maybe I can't say for certain. Okay, we're getting close. No. It's 1 tooth off. I'm gonna double check that. So the back one should be sticking out one based off what I just did. Oops. Steve's a lot faster at this than me, that's for sure too. I would think they have automated ways to do it. I'd think belt length is one of those things where it's technically the correct way, but doesn't make a huge difference. It feels, I will say that it feels overkill to me, but for an extra, I don't know, 5 minutes, I'm okay with it. I would like to, okay, before I say it's overkill, which I did just say, I would like to see testing done on it. Maybe I should take a V0 and just screw up the belts and see like how big of a difference it makes. Okay, yeah, these are correct now. So these are the same length. Let's check the third belt. Third belt on the ground. Oh. The ends of these are a little curly. Okay, this one is one tooth too long. I'm gonna double check it just one last time, but okay. Let me read this. On Delta, it's not as big of a deal. Yeah, on Core XY, you'd probably get gantry. I can see it on a Core XY, because on a Core XY, you literally have the belts pulling at the same like gantry parts, that if there's a slight difference in tensioning, it can cause it to basically, you can skew it. But on this, I would think as long as your tension is close enough that you're not skipping steps, that it wouldn't be, that would be the key thing. So I don't think I'm gonna I don't think as I fold these over I'm gonna count teeth on these guys. But I will make sure I'm at least starting with the same length, so that way as I eyeball things. I mean, they were close. It looks like they were off by one tooth, which is pretty dang close. I skipped a tooth. Yeah, we're good. Okay. Alrighty then. If your x-axis is skewed, yeah, on a Core XY, I definitely get it. It changes tooth distance, eye tension. Yeah, that changes tooth distance. The belts are canonically linked together in Core XY. Always remember what belt should have the last tooth out. Otherwise, you get a belt two tooths. Don't ask me how I know. Yeah. I try to tell myself, like, I usually do it the same way, where the teeth facing away from me is the one that's sticking out one tooth on this side, and the teeth facing towards me is the one that should be sticking out on the other side. So, but yeah, folding it, getting the exact same amount of teeth when I fold it over here, I feel like is going to be a bit tricky, but I can try. I'll just count for fun here. Again, I don't totally think this is necessary on a Delta. On a Core XY, I always, oops, my bad. On a Core XY, I've pretty much always tried to do that, just because that's kind of always been what I've been told, and it makes a lot more sense to me. So yeah, with this, I'm just going to count basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, which is right there. And that's where I'm going to fold it. Okay. So for this, I believe all we're doing is basically routing it around this which might not be that easy actually, but we'll see. There we go. Yeah, not too bad. So it just kind of routes around this post. I guess in this way, what I could do is I could count the teeth on this little guy right here. So as long as the next one matches up with it, I know I'm good. If not, I can adjust if necessary. So, all right, belt is going up. Up. I'm gonna actually need. Let's bring you guys up with this. Well, the issue with the marker on this one is because I'm folding it in, like it's folding in a circle, one of the teeth like sandwiches. So let me show myself. Like when you're pulling the teeth through something, it's easy to count the teeth like that. But in this one, because it's going around a circular thing, like the 15th tooth is basically sandwiched kind of like that. So it's even with a marker, it would be still somewhat difficult. So I think that I'll just do my best. Count 15, fold it, and see whether it aligns with this, and if not, I'll adjust it one and try. I think I'll get it. I don't think it'll be that bad. But that's kind of the reason why I'm like, normally a marker wouldn't be a bad idea, especially when you're pulling straight, but in this, it's just, I don't know how helpful it would be. Okay, let's wrap these wires around here. Let's see, currently building my... Wait, what did Jim, did I miss your... I don't see your message, Jim. I just see I always. I should just make a tool for this procedure. A few bearings and printed parts. Easy stuff that should save quite a bit of time for builders. Belt distance. Belt, what do you mean, nice belt distance from what? I might need to actually fold this on its side. I don't think I'm going to be able to do this very easily without me being able to see what the heck's going on. Is that tape part of the kit? Oh, it's the Dan special. Yeah, it's the Dan special. Because the wires, I'm not going to be able to really show you guys this, unfortunately. I'll just go like this. You can see me fishing. I didn't want the wires to pop out until I had secured them in place, so I was like, just tape them. This is not, let's see. The belt curling in so extremely is not helping. Yeah, that is not going where I want it to. You know what? I think it would have been easiest. Okay, I'll try it on the next one. I think it's going to be easiest to start at the motor and feed the wires through versus doing what I'm doing right now. This doesn't seem like the smartest part. The first message disappeared. Oh, I just said the belt fastener is like on a console and then it's... oh, gotcha, fiddly. The console is probably the last... I might have to undo this, actually. Let me see what it's like if I try to feed a belt from the bottom. I have a feeling it's going to be much easier. We also are definitely going to have to move our pulleys. The belt doesn't ride on the teeth of it very nicely. Yeah, I think I might just undo that loop I did and just go from the bottom up. But we might need to move all of our idlers right now because it's going to cause issues if the belt is not on the teeth and one of them is like more on the teeth than not. It might make it where the belts aren't even. So let me feed these through and then we'll rinse and repeat this process 3 times. Dude. What's the tape called? I've seen it somewhere places, but never. It's called gaffer's tape. I think it's spelled G-A-P-H-E-R. Gaffer with an S at the end. Gaffer's tape. Yeah, it's like a fabric-y tape. One of my buddies that did a lot of videography stuff used it to like tape batteries onto things, and it's an interesting tape. I'd be curious to know like what, if that's like, I don't know. Yeah, it's an interesting tape. It's called Gaffers. Okay. Belts are not coming through. Oh, good old belts. Also, wire loom. Is it called? It's also called wire loom tape. PTFE tape is also great. I don't know if I've actually used PTFE tape. Just super slippery tape. I have a lot of tape, but not all. Okay, so I might need to. Can't even see the dang thing. Okay, let's start by loosening the set screws. Okay, they can't pull out, which is good. So, okay, that's what I'll do. Okay, let's just leave them completely, maybe not completely loose. Oh, shoot. Because I don't want them to come off the flat spot of the motor shaft. So let me rotate this back and tighten it down. I loosened it too much because I want it to be able to slide up and down, but not left and right. So let's see, that's probably good enough. There we go. Okay. I hope that, yeah, it's, I'm curious to see whether the belts don't rub a little bit. It doesn't look like there's very much clearance, but we'll see. Ooh, baby. All right. Okay, yeah, I think we're gonna have just enough clearance actually on the belts. Okay, so I'm gonna just rinse and repeat that for all the belts. So I'm gonna undo the loom I just did up here. And we're just gonna go from the bottom on all of them, because I think the motors are the hardest by far to get the belt around. Everything else is gonna be a lot easier. Come on, baby, here we go. All right, let's do it's like the bird's eye view of what's going on down here. Also, let me really quickly eat a tater. They're gonna be cold by now, but. For electronics, I'm almost always using Kapton. How come, Nice? I have quite a bit. Is it because of its, I mean, Kapton is really good at higher temps, right? I mean, that's one of the main things. I know it's used often for thermistors on beds, like that was the standard. People also used to print on Kapton tape. I'm sure some people still do. It was, if I remember correctly, like wasn't it ABS that it was pretty popular for? I know the Maker Gear printers by default at one point in time used Kapton as their surfaces. I also think, yeah, I think for some higher temp filaments, Kapton was a pretty solid, there we go, pretty solid build surface. I just make it as, I've never used, wait, no, it's it's Polymide. I've never used liquid electrical tape. You guys have talked about it a few times. I forgot about it until you mentioned it again right now. Oh, come on, belt. Don't you want to come through? Don't you want to do what you're supposed to? No. Well, I'm shoving a lot of belt in, but it's not coming where I want it to. So let's try the other side. I'll post pictures. Okay, sounds good. I used to print on Kapton, but glue stick is so much better. I am a powder coated PEI lover. You'll get to see that in my video on the cryo grip. I don't think cryo grip's a bad build plate though. It's definitely unique, that's for sure. But I don't think I'll be rushing out and swapping out all my stuff. But I do think that I like having lots of build plate options because everyone has their own preferences and experiences. I was actually the best print surface I used for a long time with ABS when I started out was glass with Aquanet hairspray. It stuck so well for ABS compared to the other options that were out there at the time, which were pretty limited. Where are you, bud? Man, I'm not seeing this one. Aquanet is the, Aquanet. I kept that can of Aquanet way, like, for years after I stopped using it and was like, should I just use it for my hair? Like, I felt bad getting rid of it. I'm like, this thing has saved my butt so many times, man. And I finally, I think after like the second time we moved, I was going through all my crap and was like, all right, Aquanet, it's time for you to go. But yeah, the purple, like, non-scent ultra stick Aquanet was where it was at for a while. Is that the belt right there? I think what's happening is the thermistor wires are kind of blocking the path. Let's see. I can't see it from this angle. Here, let me go to the front so you guys aren't just looking at my face. A close up of my face. Yeah, that's exactly what's happening. I think if I I think I can grab it with the needle nose.
From NPR News.
Oh my god. That scared the crap out of me. NPR News. I don't listen to NPR News. It's tricky. They'll have a place I just need to stick to the bed. The Flash Forge tube of bed prep smells like Aquanet. It's funny. I remember when I was working at Matter Hackers and we started selling the... One second. Come on, baby. Dude, it feels like it wants to go. Oh, it's right there. It is right there. All right. Oh, what? What? That was the biggest troll ever. When I was at Matter Hackers and we started selling, what's the stuff called? It comes in a tube and it is a bed adhesive called, it's like specific for 3D printing. No, not glue. It's called, oh God, someone help me out. Popular bed adhesives. It's called, it's like a little applicator tube thing. They have a bunch of different types now. Magic Goop, that's it. Yes. I remember that Magic Goo smells awful. Like the only way I could describe the smell was like a stinky cheese. Like as it's heating up, it smells rough. Like unless, I mean, maybe some people like that, but yeah, that stuff smelled funky, dude. It works well. I mean, I know a lot of people that love it, but I don't know, maybe they've changed the recipe. Like it's been a long time now. I just remember always thinking like, dude, like who's burning cheese? There we go. Okay, now we got 2 done. All right, 2 done. So this one, now we're on the last one. No, the Vision Miner stuff smells like death. Like this stuff is super potent. And I know that there's alcohol in it. Highly flammable liquid, contains isopropyl alcohol. So this stuff just smells like it's not good for your health. The Magic Goo stuff, it just smelled like a funky cheese cooking. All right, Last belt from the bottom. Loosen. If anybody here ever tries Magic Goo, tell me I'm wrong. I mean, I could be wrong because they might have changed the formula. This was, you know, 5 years ago probably now, but I was like, I don't know if I want my house to smell like that. Okay, so Tori agrees. I was like, it's not just a me thing, dude. It smelled like, so someone back me up here, man. Yeah, it worked really well, but the smell, I'm like, what are they, like, what is in this? How can it smell like this? Okay, so last belt, everybody. I don't see it coming through. Where are you going, bud? Here you are. Hello. All right, so we got 1/2 pulled through. 3D lac is basically expensive hairspray. I've heard of 3D lac. You know what I need to use? This was gifted to me by one of our awesome community members at 3D Printopia. Oops, you can't see that, can you? I want to try this out. Super sticky. Comes with this big old applicator. I actually forgot. I have some stuff in 3D Printopia that's been sitting in a box right here. I forgot that I had it. But yeah, that's something I want to try out and see how it works. Vision Miner works really dang well though. I will say that. Like I had a bunch of people when I was selling sort of like, not industrial, still desktop, but like higher end 3D printers to people that were printing a bunch of exotic filaments for engineering purposes, and they were like, oh man, this stuff's the best, and I'm over here like, no, I got my powder coat PEI, I don't need that, but it really does work well. Okay, Nice says he posted something. Holy crap. Yeah, you buy big rolls of tapes. This is what Nice is using. So this is the PTFE tape. Yeah, that's really large. Yeah, what I've got is my Kapton tape is not near, oh, that's not Kapton. Oh, this is, okay. Oh, it's a little bit wider than I thought. Yeah, this is, Kapton tape's pretty expensive, isn't it? If I haven't bought it in years, but like this is the only diameter I've got, or thickness I've got. But I thought I remember Kapton tape was kind of pricey for tape. Danger deodorant. I could just about guarantee that your armpits would be on fire if you rub that stuff on there. I don't know for sure because I don't know what the heck's in it, but I just can't imagine it feeling good. Okay, last belt. Come on, baby. Oh, I see you. This one wants to go. Come on. Let me get a little stabby. Nope, the wrong way. It's right there. It's frustrating with these belts, like I can see it right where it's at. Definitely not feeding it the right way now. Oh. What is expensive? Well, compared to tape, like I don't know how much tape is because I don't know. I usually buy tape in such batch amounts that I don't remember how much it's supposed to cost because I've just got so much of it. Okay, where's my pliers? It's like just out of reach. Come on, baby. There we go. Got it. All right, last one's in. All right. We have officially got all of our belts through. Poor plate hanging on by the thermistor. I don't love that. I should probably tape it down. Okay. So that's the size of Kapton I got too. Imagine having to cover a whole build plate. Oh gosh. Yeah. I think I might have done the same like once, but I know that a lot of people, when they were using it for build plates, were getting the size rolls that like Nice had, these monster ones. Okay, so try this again. We're doing 15, so 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We'll fold it right there. Okay. Okay. That's on. Now this one's going up. And then I'm gonna pull it through here. Okay. Yeah, you definitely, let's see. It's easier on the top, but it's still not a cakewalk. I almost feel like it would have been easier to, there we go, there we go. Okay, around the idler, back down, the other side of the idler, and out here, boom. Okay, so for this side, I'm assuming it's gonna go in and then also come back out. I'm not gonna worry about, we're gonna use these guys, excuse me. Wait, I actually wonder if you have to cut this down to the exact length. Yeah, my throat. I'm gonna mute real quick. Man, I feel like something irritated my throat. It's kind of scratchy now. Yeah, I wonder if I have to cut this belt down so that way the teeth fit exactly in. Like, can I pop this in like this? Okay, I'm just gonna, this is, you can't, it's kind of janky looking right now, but I'm just using this as a placeholder. It's clearly not right, but we'll worry about the specifics of that once I've got everything else kind of in here. So on this side, we've got a total of, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 7 teeth sticking out. So let's see if we can replicate that. Normal tape will melt after 60. Yeah, it's, I know it's really good tape for, you know, high temp or higher temp stuff, because that's what is used for a lot of applications where it's gonna be around heat. Okay. Try this belt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't think this is gonna go right, but we'll see. Why are you not going around? Okay. So how many, I think I said I had 7 sticking out in the other one. This one, come on, bed. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, what? 6, 7. Now this one's got 1 too many teeth. It's difficult to get this exact. I mentioned a moment ago, I don't think for deltas it's quite as necessary, but let me go back one tooth. There we go. Okay, now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, it looks exactly like the other one. Okay, so pulling this, bringing you guys up. Going through here. And then I might need to straighten out this belt. I wanted to do for fun Doron V0 build for a while now, but it's so annoying sourcing parts here in Europe. Would go with a kit, but many of them changed the original design. I feel like most of them stay pretty true. I mean, yeah, I feel like most stay pretty true to the design. I mean, maybe they add mods, which you don't have to. I guess it depends. Like for the ones that come with Kirigami now, like you would have to source a completely different bed. So I kind of get your point. If you don't want that, is there a reason you don't want any of the mods? Oh, dude, did I screw this up? No, I didn't. Cool. Okay, so we'll do the same thing. So all I'm doing right now, like I need to look at how the tension works. Like I get that there's a block that goes in and locks it in place, but I don't know is whether you need to cut the belt so that way it can't go beyond the teeth of the block, or whether the belt can actually wrap around the back side of the block. I don't know that yet. So I'm just going to shove the block in here just to kind of keep it together, but it's clearly this tongue of belt needs to probably get cut off. So okay, we are on the last belt now. There we go. I'm actually going to raise it up a little bit. Cyber kits are fairly close to stock. Only changes are for ease of use. I think it depends on which cyber kit, because they do have like the Trident now, which is a crazy, you know, all-wheel drive setup. So, but generally that's been the case in the past. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14. Okay. Let's see how this goes. Have you been here for most of the stream, Sweehum? I remember when Sven popped in, but I don't recall seeing you earlier. But there's a lot going on, so I apologize if you've been here. Oh, come on, guy. I joined late. Okay, cool. I was like, I don't feel like I remember seeing your name earlier. How are you doing, dude? Always the last of everything that ends up kicking my butt. Like the final belt. There we go. I think before I tighten it all the way though, I guess I should probably, maybe not. What are you doing? Dude. This belt, man. I mean, not the belt. This bed is blocking my view too. I don't think that went on right. It feels like the belts. Okay. Now let's count teeth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait. There's one too many on this one as well. I don't want to take this off, but I'm going to. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Call that good enough. Okay. Going up. That's very crooked. That's a little better. There we go. Kapton is really a great insulator. Thanks everyone. Another note is that, oh yeah, Dragon Burner is super solid, man. I really like Dragon Burner. It's got better cooling. It's got so many hot end options. I love the LEDs. It makes it really easy to swap out. The extruder is also a lot of options, but yeah, I don't really have complaints about Dragon Burner. That is a very well designed toolhead. It's so freaking modular, man. Okay. Boom. Wait, why are we tangled? Don't you tangle on me. Why are we tangling? There we go. All right. So I'm going to lock this belt in place like we did with the other ones. All right. The belts are routed. We still have the tension, or yeah, figure out how that whole process goes, which I'm not gonna lie, I don't fully understand. We've got the block to lock it in place. I'm wondering if tensioning, I don't think the belt has distance to wrap around the back side of the block, so I don't exactly know how tensioning works on this. Let me look at let's see. I want to make an Apis 2 Dragon Burner mount for my V0. Yeah, I've got to get the Apis 2 mounted on something. I don't know what. I guess it could be cool on this, but no, this is Delta. I want to, not Delta, this is Bowden. I want to run it in a direct drive config. Yeah, I don't know. Someone was saying AT&T. Wait, I don't know what that says. A4T? What is that? I don't know what that means. Okay. So the things that, oh, I get it. This is your tensioning mechanism. That's why the cavity is bigger. So you drop this in somewhere down towards here. That way you can pull on it and it has some room to move, and then you lock it in place with the bolt so that way the tension stays. Boom, I get it. Okay. What I don't fully get though is, as far as the teeth goes, when the belt comes in through here, there's nowhere for it to go beyond here. Like, this is kind of just an error in the CAD. It cannot be bigger than, like, say right here. So it seems like they all have to be cut relatively short. Oh, I'm sorry, I lied too. You want to insert this on this side towards the top and then pull away. So I was wrong, I was backwards, but. Okay, so that's why I don't know what you guys are talking about. A4T is a new toolhead. No, I have not seen it. Where was it? A4T, oops, toolhead. A4T. Oh, cute. This is a... It looks adorable. Like, okay. Over the last year or two, looking for Zoll and transforming it into Zoll toolhead. Looking after, I thought it was time I tried to see if I could design something from scratch. The result is a 40, another 4010 toolhead. Produce built around the following constraints: dual 4010 blowers, 2510 hot end cooling, easy assemble, custom wristwatch BMG mod with Sherpa Mini spacing. Also works with Sherpa Mini. NeoPix LEDs, built for Zoll carriage. Can work with any Boron tap. Interesting. Yeah, no, I hadn't seen this. I like the instructions, step by step. That's really cool. Wow. That's crazy. So it has really good cooling, or at least very well like optimized uniform cooling compared to Zoll. That's pretty cool. No, I hadn't seen that before. Is this compatible with a V0? I don't know, because it says, I don't know what the mounting is like for Zoll. I haven't actually built one. I would hop into the Armchair Engineering Discord and ask or take a look around. A printer that fits, so okay. Prerequisites: a printer that either fits the Zoll X Carriage Standard Clockwork 2 or Tap Carriage. Okay, so that wouldn't work for a V0. Standard Voron Clockwork 2. No, so it's not, it wouldn't work. Oh, you're saying you can mount it, just loses tiny bed space. Okay. Maybe someone's adapted it, but based off those parameters, it doesn't look like it would. Okay, so yeah, so I think we basically just have to cut off quite a bit of belt. I'm curious if anybody in here is still, that's built one of these, is still in here. Because it seems to me like you basically can't have much slack belt at all. Like it really has to fit inside that block with tension. Someone said that this is this project's Discord was in Doom, the Doom server. Don't forget the sponsor of the day, Polymaker. Yes, Polymaker is awesome and has been freaking awesome, so definitely thank you to them. Okay, so Doom build, Doom tiny, Doom flying, ant farm questions, Micron, flying zero, ant farm development, X0, Doom, salad fork, Doron Velta. Okay, so this is development. Vendors. Yeah, I don't know. Ant farm questions, Double Dragon, Micron, Crucible. It looks like the only channel's the dev channel. Am I wrong? You taking off? Oh, I'm tired, need to go. Good stream, everyone. See you next week. Hey, thank you, Nice. I appreciate it, man. Have a wonderful night, and I'll see you next week. I might call it soon, too, and just, I know there's a couple YouTube videos with Doron Veltas. I might just look to see what their, what it looks like on theirs regarding the belts. But based off what I'm seeing, I think I'm going to be chopping off almost all the excess slack on these. So I will basically, let me zoom in really quick here. So right now they all have this ugly thing sticking out of them. I think I basically have to chop off at the block this entire section on all of them. So that way the belt is able to stay inside of here, be caught on by the teeth, and still be tensioned a little bit. So it's gonna be interesting, but before I cut this belt, because it's, you can't exactly add it back, I just wanna make sure that's correct. And the CAD doesn't really show, and I'm not seeing a whole lot. So, have a Doron sat next to me, need a photo. That would be awesome. I'm gonna call it Viper because it has been a little over 3 hours and I've got a few other things to do. But if you don't mind, if you're in the Modbot Army Discord, and if you could just take a photo of, maybe a couple photos of the belt tensioning mechanism, basically the blocks, the linear bearing blocks, the printed part. I'm curious to see, I think I need to cut off a lot of belt. That's kind of what I'm trying to verify. Because from what I can see, the tensioning mechanism is, so basically what I'm getting at is that it seems to me like this belt has to be cut somewhere in here, because this block is going to then grip into the teeth, and then I'm going to kind of pull downward on it to cause tension and then secure it in place with this. But before I do that, I just want to make sure that that's actually what I'm supposed to be doing, because there's no instructions. And I don't want to cut the belt, you know, short here if it's like, oh no, you actually needed to be able to pull it later. So yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you, Viper. Rob, forgot it was Wednesday and YouTube failed to notify me. Hi, Daniel. Hey, Rob. No worries, man. It's been, with the holidays and weather changes and all that, it's been weird. I was supposed to start streaming at the regular time, but delayed it. And I did mention that I might be changing the stream time just to be the 1 hour later mark, because with sleep, lack of, and how I've been lately with working on stuff, I might just need to go back an hour. Originally when we started streaming, it was actually 2 hours later, and I was like, let's go earlier, and everyone's like, yeah, and then I said, let's go earlier, but now I'm kind of like, maybe we should have just stayed at the noon slot. We've been doing this 11 slot for probably 1.5 years, but we might end up just swapping, because I'd rather do an hour later than what I've done the last couple times, which is like, we're doing an 11 stream, and then people are waiting, it's like, another hour. I feel crappier about that. I'd rather be like, hey, I can commit to noon, let's just do that. So we'll see. But anyways, thank you everybody for hanging out and building along, or you know, just kind of chilling and watching me struggle with things. But we did make a fair bit of progress today. I wanted to get done with the toolhead. We didn't even touch the toolhead, but we did get let's see, let's do a quick pan out. So idlers are installed, which is great. The belts are at least routed. They still need to be tensioned, which is, you know, we'll get that. Hey, Zach. Doing pretty good, man. Just getting ready to call it for the day. I've got quite a bit of editing to do later, and I like to take a little break after the stream before I jump into, you know, editing mode. We got the plate, the center plate mounted here. All of our limit switch wires are nice and pulled through, and we also got our motors mounted. So I will very likely end up doing the belt tensioning off stream, probably today in the next couple of hours, actually, once I take a look at the photo and just have a moment. So that way next week, we're just going to straight up jump into the toolhead, because I really want to get the toolhead going. And the good news is, though, is that once we have the toolhead done, we're basically just onto the electronics and, you know, like all the cosmetic stuff. Like, I'm looking forward to popping on the panels, because it looks a little bit naked, these side extrusions. Am I late again? Yeah, just like 3 hours, Zach, but that's fine. Printing next week. I would love to, man of the croc, but I doubt it, dude. I think that next week we'll get toolhead done and installed, and we'll start working towards electronics as much as possible. But I have a feeling that it'll be the following week that we are actually doing like all the firmware, for, you know, first flight checks and making sure everything's working and printing. So I anticipate next week will be building, following week will be building, and possibly, yeah, and then likely printing, or at least like powering it on, moving stuff around, and then one more stream. So probably 3 more streams on Doron. That's my thought, probably. I don't really want to rush it, and I'd like to have just a chill hangout stream and play around with this thing after we're done with the build, even if it's a shorter stream. It's just kind of a fun reward of, you know, going through the build process and getting it all done. So, but we're getting there. It's always progress, you know, progress is progress. So all right, everybody, I hope you all have a wonderful week. How you doing, my friend? I'm doing good, man. Photos in the live stream Discord. Cool. I'll take a look at that really quick. okay, so did I screw up or did I? Okay, no, I did install the, I wasn't sure if I installed the insert. So this is, thank you very much for this photo. This is super useful. Let me open it up actually. Okay, so we got this right. Mine's a little bit shorter, but I still think it's probably fine. Mine probably has 4 less teeth. But then on this side, it is like I suspected. So the belt cannot go beyond this. So I do need to cut all the belts down to probably right here. That way we've got a little bit of travel distance for tensioning this. So this is gonna be, I'm famous last words, but relatively easy. So thank you. This is very, very helpful. Does it even show that bolt in the, no, it doesn't. If it showed the bolt here, I feel like it would make more sense to me. I'm also looking at it upside down because that's, there we go. But awesome, thank you. That's very, very helpful. You're great. It's very appreciated. See you next week, peeps. Kids are going feral. All right, Phil, take care. Thanksgiving was good, man. It was really good. Spent a lot of the day cooking. I was in charge of the turkey and the mashed potato pretty much. And I thought I defrosted the turkey well in advance. Like I think we took it out 2 days prior, and then the day before a little bit, and then the morning of, like combination of defrosting in freezer and defrosting in the fridge and defrosting on the counter. And then when I cracked it open, like the outside, I was feeling it outside of the bag of the turkey. I was like, okay, yeah, it feels nice and defrosted. Took it out, and the inside is just this solid ice core mass. So I had to like just chisel away at it with a large spoon. Like, it was like we didn't really have a lot of tools, so kind of just slowly carving away at the ice, and it made Thanksgiving dinner like an hour and a half or so later. But in the end, it turned out awesome. It was an adventure. And next year, I'll remember that if you think that you have thawed it enough, you have not. Thaw more. So. Is the Lulzbot Sidekick 289 3D printer goodbye? I haven't used a Lulzbot since the Taz 6. Actually, that's not true. Taz Pro, I think I used at a trade show 4 years ago. So I don't know. The Sidekick, I think, is the ones that are using the V roller wheels. So, I mean, I'll say this, like Lulzbot printers are fairly pricey for what they are compared to what else is out there. I don't know whether you're getting a deal on it. I don't know whether, like, it's made in the US, and I imagine their support's probably pretty solid. I've never had to use it because I just haven't had a Lulzbot on my own. It was through work. So it depends, but I don't know. For the price is the toughest part from what I remember. I think they're like $800 to $1,100, and at that price point, like, there's a lot of printer options. Like, I mean, I think you can get a P1S combo for that. But then again, I also don't know, like, maybe you don't want any printer that's cloud related. Maybe you don't like Bamboo at all. Maybe you want a US made printer. So like, I don't know like what your parameters are. So Lulzbot's made just down the street from me. That's awesome. Yeah, I know they were originally in Loveland, Colorado, and then they sold or were bought by current Lulzbot quite a long time ago, because I was still at Matter Hackers, I think. So maybe 4 years ago. So I like the company. I want them to do well. I just don't know. Like, it's not usually one that I'm like, oh yeah, get a Lulzbot. Like, there has to be a reason for it. Like there has to be some reason that you think it's worth paying the, like, kind of, I guess what I'm going to describe as like the premium of price to get a US manufactured printer. So I have a friend that works there. Oh, nice. What does he do? Is he building the machines, or? I had not quite a few, but I had a couple of friends at the original Lulzbot. One of them is actually my coworker now at Lightburn, so crazy small world. I met him through trade shows at Matter Hackers, and he's actually the guy that got the matching Benchy tattoo with me. We were at I don't know if it was a 3D printing convention or if it was like an education trade show, but I think it was his idea, and it was like, hey, you want to get a tattoo of something 3D printing? And I was like, I'll do a Benchy. So it's crazy. Like, he worked at Lulzbot in Colorado. I worked at Matter Hackers in California, and we were in Washington, DC, and now we work together. Like, small world. Okay, cool. He assembles the printers. Awesome. What's the 3D printer you're building? Doron Velta. Doron Velta. So it's like a community-inspired Voron, or community project, kind of inspired, almost meme-y of Voron, because people have wanted a Delta Voron, but I don't think that's in the cards really. So it's not a Voron Delta, it's a Doron Velta. So it's kind of silly, but it's an adorable little Delta printer, and I haven't built a Delta printer since I think the Anycubic Cossel was the last one. And that was a long time ago. So when I saw this project, I kind of fell in love, and I'm looking forward to having it built. I really am. I think it's coming together really nicely, and yeah, it'll be fun to have this thing printing. I really like watching Deltas print. Like I mean, 3D printing is still fun to watch printing in general. Like it's just cool watching your thing go from nothing to layer, like, oh my god, it's almost done. But something about the 3-armed motion system of like the Delta kinematics, that it's still just like, it still makes me happy, man. It's just, I don't know how to describe it. It's just really freaking cool. So, okay, I'm gonna call it, everyone. Thank you so much again for hanging out, and yeah, I'll catch you next time. We'll do toolhead next time, and then we'll see where we get. But thanks all for hanging out. Thank you for all of our members, our existing, our new members, any gifted memberships and donations. Thank you to Polymaker for allowing us to do our weekly giveaway, and congratulations to our winner. I will send you the email this evening. And yeah, cheers to everybody. I hope everyone had a great holiday, and if you celebrated Thanksgiving or any other holidays going on, and I will catch you guys next time. All right. Oh, also, everyone that's going to Smurf this weekend, have safe travels, have a fun time, take photos, and if you get a chance to take some photos, post them in the Discord, because I really would like to go, and I will be looking to see any footage or videos or photos that I can find of anyone that's there. So, all right, y'all. Cheers. Bye.